good, y'all. This is your boy DJ Amazing, Simply Amazing. And I just want to say thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel or my TikTok or my Instagram. All of my social media are the same. So with that being said, once again, I say I appreciate you guys. You guys are the real ones, and I am missing a whole lot. Yo, what's up? You have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And we're about to be live in like 1 minute. So right now you're watching my commercial as I count down to 30. And as soon as these 30 seconds are up, we're going to be live on my YouTube channel. So y'all just give it a minute and enjoy looking at me and talking to me right here live on my YouTube channel. I love you, and I'm about to be live in 20 seconds. So
countdown.
We're going to count down that together. Psych, you thought we was going to count down, but I am. Well, my water's not in front of me, but shout out to Coors Light Hydrated Water. They're one of my sponsors. So, let me just shut up so y'all can come watch me live. So, y'all see me later. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Let me make sure we're good. I am all set. Let me make sure this is all set up in the corner right there. All right, there we go. All right. I wanted to make sure that I got all my messages out. Okay, so I wanted to make sure everything was good. So, before I get started, the thing is already in the thing if you want to click on the live to join this podcast. And as you can see, the title, but before I even get to the title, I always like to say, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Like, share, comment, all of those good stuff. Let me send this out to one more person. Give me a second. I'm going to share it. Give me 1 second. All right, make sure I get that out. I gotta share one more place, and then we're gonna get started, y'all. If you're new to my station, if you're new to my podcast, please like, share, and comment. All right, I'm good now. I got it all. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now, as you see the name of the title, and I came up with this title because I want to keep the channel spicy. And these topics are going to be spicy today. We're going to call it spicy. What to do when your woman is on her, well, let's say period. Let's clean it up. Let's say period. Let's keep it clean. So what to do when you're in a relationship when your woman is on that thing once a month? For me, I say always get your woman some chocolates or her favorite soft drink. Keep it simple. Find something that she likes the most. Because, I think they're very emotional or angry and frustrated. All that mixed into one for those 7 days, 5 days, 3 days. So, if you have something you want to come up here and say, please feel free to come on in and tell me what you would recommend doing if it's that time of the month for your woman. What's a good thing to do for your woman? Or for your friend, if y'all just dating and y'all just cool with each other, what do you do? Or if you've been in a long-term relationship, what has worked for you in your past and what you feel like, how can it get better when it's that time of the month? What can you do to make it better? So, my homeboy watching, hey, you already know, come on up. Come on up. By the way, this is a shameless plug. I just got through watching the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This version of this generation of kids that's watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Me, I grew up on the original turtle, but that's off topic. Shout out to Ninja Turtles. I enjoyed the movie. I give it 5 stars. Good movie. But back to the topic at hand. What to do when your woman is on her period? Now, if I'm dating and I don't know her that well, you cannot go wrong of buying your woman just some snacks in general. Get her like a snack bag. There's nothing wrong with getting your woman a snack bag with all because you may not know what she like or what she don't like. So the only way to find out that is to buy them snacks. And when you buying them snacks, you can look at what she picked up first. It could be a Sneakers, could be a Twix, could be a bag of chips, could be a Coke, Dr. Pepper. You just don't know what that woman like. You got to figure that out. Got to figure that part out. So I want a woman's perspective. If you're a woman and you're in the chat and you're watching this right now, please come on up. Please come on up and you tell me, what would you give your woman? Or if you're a man, what would you give your? I mean, if you're, hey, I got to be, I got to make sure I'm using the correct terminology because you don't want to get canceled. So I mean, I ain't trying to get canceled. But come on up. Matter of fact, let me get this. Let me post this out to one more person that I think that can come to this podcast. Hold on. Let me see. Where you at? Where you at? Come on up, though. Please come on up. I'm sending these posts out to more people, so more people will come join the live. Okay, now that I've gotten it out, I want to hear from you. Yeah, I want to hear from you. So the thing is already in the thing. Let me make sure it's in the thing, so you can click the thing and come on and join the live. Let me put it in there. Hold on, hold on. Let me put it in the chat. All you gotta do is just click the link. Okay, now it's in there. The invite is already in the chat. It's already in the chat. All you gotta do is click the link. How can I make? Yeah. All you guys already up there. Looking at it. All right, nigga, my homeboy. Let's bring him up to the stage.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey man, hey, I gotta keep it spicy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go over the topic again. The topic is what to do when your woman's on her period, right?
That's correct.
All right. First, you gotta kind of learn your. From my experience, you gotta learn your woman. Okay. Every woman has either first of the month, middle of the month, last of the month period, but some are irregular. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta learn that first. So you gotta know when it's coming. So if you know your woman period at the end of the month, you already need to be prepared. Because you know some women have attitudes, some women sensitive, some women don't want to be bothered. You might have to get the ice cream ready, whatever else the case may be. She might want her space. You gotta learn that. Okay. On top of that, you gotta learn what they like. Some women they need warm stuff like a blanket, heat pad. Some women need cold stuff. Some women I think somebody told me it was some type of spice or something that you can use in different things, but you have to find out what you like. Now, candy and stuff like that might not be it at that time, but some women like food. It might be a certain food that suits them, like watermelon maybe. But some women need massages, just like they will if they pregnant. They might need a massage on the back, rub their feet. I mean, stuff like that. But some don't like to be by. Some
Well,
guy, you
well,
got.
what's your past? You've been in relationships for long, long term relationship. What worked for you? What worked for you and your woman? What would you say? I say majority of women like chocolate. Chocolate.
Yeah, but a lot of
We
them
got
might
one more
not
person to
want.
come up. Come on
They
up.
might
Welcome to the stage.
they they might not want that while they're on their period. They that something else when they're emotional and stuff. When they're on their period, they 9 times out of 10 don't want to be bothered. You gotta give them their space. Cause any little thing can flare up, and you be like, "What I did wrong." So you have. That's why you have to know. Now, if you just meeting somebody, you might not know all bad, but you gotta know the signs. So, chocolate, no. Sometimes soup, maybe. Cotton on the woman. You have to learn your woman. You have to know your different flows, heavy flow, light flow, what type of pads she like, cause
Oh,
you have to go bow. You got to go in there and bow.
speaking of that, it's always good to buy the variety pack because you never know what kind to get for your woman. So my experience, I
Well,
always buy the different kind because you don't know what your woman use. So she may use.
I'm gonna tell you this. If you first meet a female, you don't know, yes, but once you figure her out, you're gonna know what she like and what she uses. So you have to go out and buy that kind. She's gonna look at you crazy like, why you still buying the variety pack? Then two, sometimes you gotta look in the variety pack. If you buy a variety pack and you see a whole bunch of the max flows gone, that means that's what she used. So you need to go buy a thing of max flows. Don't go buy no skinny small ones when she don't use that. She use overnight, you know what I'm saying, with wings. So you gotta know what she like. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, at first if you don't know, yeah, but after you figure her out, yeah, you need to buy what she like. Sometimes you gotta learn. You might have to go in there, run her bath water, put bubbles in it, her little favorite herbal stuff or whatever she likes to soothe her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put music on and then let her do a thing. Cause they will cuss you out.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, I've been on
They
the other end
they
of
will
that stick.
they will curse you out. They will grab you. They will throw stuff at you.
And they don't mean no harm. They just them. That's just them unbalanced hormones at the moment. But Casey, welcome to the show. Come on up. Say what you want to say. It's all yours. But I definitely want to hear your input on this.
No, I actually think that is most interesting coming from a male, um, because all of the women we know what we like, but like he was saying, you have to get to know the person that you're with because everybody is has their own little things that's gonna make them feel like the most comfortable during that time. So I'm agreeing with what he's saying so far. I completely agree. Totally agree. Like even the things that I like or prefer during that time might not be what the next woman likes or prefers. So it just is really an individual type thing. But I will say that across the board, it is important for like the man to whoever the man is in in the relationship for him to get come to know his woman and understand what it looks like whenever hormones are shifting. So get to know your woman, get to know like when you can expect like these dips in like mood and the changing of all that stuff so that you can just really understand. Because the more that you understand, the less frustrated both of you will be. So that's my whole take on it.
True. The more you know, the better off you can handle whatever situation you need to with that individual. Because
Yeah,
every
like I
woman is different. I can agree to that. Every woman is different. Every woman has her own unique thing. What can you like for you? What do you like for a guy to give you? If like is it chocolate? Is it something that's a drink? What is it that in your profession. I mean, not your profession. What would you prefer your person to give you?
Typically, typically, I typically crave chocolate personally. Not everybody craves chocolate, but a lot of times I do. Um, but I also like herbal teas, like warm. I like warm things. I like to feel like it adds like an extra layer of like comfort for me whenever I'm feeling like warm during that time. But at the same time, like if I've been outside or something like that and it's hot, it's blazing still blazing over here. So if I'm just coming from outside, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna want hot herbal tea at that very moment. If I'm just coming from outside, I'm gonna try to cool down first, and so you kind of have to still kind of have to use your mind when it comes to those type of things.
So do you get frustrated and angry easy, or are you more laid back?
No, no, not no. Typically, no, not during that time. I'm more like I'm a little bit more chill and mellow during that time. So I become more sensitive towards things that I wouldn't normally be sensitive towards. So
Okay, okay. So you
yeah,
different then. So you don't get so angry so quickly and be like, yeah, like, oh my god, like you don't know which way to go with you.
that that typically comes right before. So a lot of times, what happens is that just different hormones are going crazy in a woman's body, and so right before it starts all over again, right before the cycle starts, you can become more irritable. Now, as long as you know that, as long as the man knows that and the woman knows that and understands that about their body, you're becoming more irritable because your hormones are a little bit unbalanced. So if you eat certain, I just found this out like a few months ago, but if you eat certain things, it'll help to balance out your hormone levels a little bit better so that you can like avoid the whole irritable stage.
Appreciate that. Appreciate 1 second. Hold that thought. Welcome to the stage, Terrence. Welcome to the stage. You've been married for a while. So, what in your experience you need to give your woman when it's that time of the month?
Space. No.
Yeah.
No, I would say the thing that I'd have to give is just compassion, because as a man, we can never understand that feeling of, menstrual cramps or anything of that nature. So I would just say, just being there to just comfort, because I mean, there's not much you can do, but comfort is, I would say, be a big part.
Well, yeah, you've been married for a while. So, in your experience, is that from your experience, or that's just by just knowing your woman long enough that you've been with her?
Well, but you think about it, like even you just know, when we was in high school, when girls was first, getting, their periods and all that good stuff. So like, you notice mood change, you notice social habits, you notice, tone and voice, or if they're, like cramped over, or they just not in a really good mood. You know what I'm saying? So it's just for me, it's just seeing the environment, seeing uh, just women in general. Because like I said, I mean, for me, it's easier to spot. Especially like with having daughters, it's easier to spot now than it was when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Any feedback on that, y'all? I mean, anybody can
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
in.
nah. He right in school. The same girl you would talk to, be cool with every day, laugh and joke with. When that time came, you might say that one joke, and you might think she don't even like you no more. Like, hey, like he know how it used to go. Hey, like what your ugly butt doing in class? Like you normally say. She's like, oh, who you talking to like that? I don't want to hear that. Then you like,
Hmm.
now you mad? You don't want to talk to her, but hey, that's how it was. Then two, if you dating and y'all also going to each other's house, it's good to have her stuff at your house, like stuff like that, because you never know.
Yeah, true that.
Because she going to be like, now you got to go out and buy me something. You got to go out and get something. It be late. So you got to have stuff like that. Too. Extra toothbrushes, toothpaste, pads, panty liners. They like
Mhm.
to wear that.
But let me throw a monkey wrench in here. I'm gonna throw this one in there because what would you do if your woman bled in the bed? And do you freak out or do you be like, nah, hell nah, she got to go home? Like, what is your reaction if that happens? She bleeds in your bed.
Well, I'm gonna say, I mean, for me, it's according to what level you on. Like, if that's your old lady, then you gotta understand, like stuff like that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, because from my understanding, there's heavy flow sometimes, and then sometimes it's light flow. So with a woman, I mean, she's the one that only knows that when you sleep, how can you really, know? You know what I'm saying? Because like it's hard for me because like I said, I'm not a woman, but I would just say just from experience that I wouldn't be mad or upset now. Now it's a different thing if it's a, let's say it's a one night stand or something like that, and then to me that would be different. If it's somebody that you on the regular with, I think that'd be more understanding than somebody you just met.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. If it is okay, I'm not saying a one night thing is even a good thing. But if it is, do
Mhm.
you get mad still? Do you put out? Do you be like? 'Cause I mean, I think a woman. Well, I
I
don't know if
mean,
a woman knows how much.
you can
Well,
get mad
I'm gonna
all
go
you
to you
want to, but
as
you
a
get
lady in
mad
the
all
room.
you want, but
Do
you
a
gotta
woman
clean it
know how
up.
much?
You gotta have to clean. You gonna have to clean it up, man. You gonna have to get that soap water and clean it up, man.
But okay, now let's throw this in reverse. Now, as a man, we do nasty shit all the time. Excuse my language, but we do nasty stuff all the time. Just imagine if you said a woman house and they say, um, she doesn't like something. Would it be understandable if she kick you out? You know what I'm saying? Like how you just kind of you throw it on his head. Like, would you want to be put up if you did something like you couldn't control? Because basically, in my opinion, I don't think a woman can control that. I mean, they have things they can use, but ain't nothing in life guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
You,
What's your
you,
take on this lady? The lady of the room. I'm gonna let you say speak on this. We want to hear your perspective on this. And ladies, if you in the chat, don't be afraid to come up.
I would definitely say that at least most women that I know, pretty much know when that time is coming. They know they know how their flow is, right? So 9 times out of 10, if this is something that happens and it's like with somebody that's a one night stand, 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna even take the chance to be around that person on that particular day or a couple of days leading up to it. That's just not gonna be a thing. Uh, if she's gonna be around you during that time, that means that y'all have at least been talking for a little bit, right? If you're the type of guy who can't understand that that type of thing can happen, for one, a woman is definitely not going to do something to that degree and be like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, she's going to be embarrassed by something like that. So if you're thinking, hey, that's not cool, like I'm thinking about kicking you out, I would tell that woman to run far away from a man who cannot understand something like that, because he's not gonna be compassionate enough. Like, this, you need to run. Like, that's a good sign that you need to, like, don't talk to this dude, because he's not gonna be good for you, right? So if something like that happens, that would be like a good sign for me to, like, no longer talk to that guy. It would be like a blessing in disguise for something like that to happen. But if you can't be compassionate and understanding enough to know that, for one, she's extremely embarrassed in that moment, and two, for you to, like, really comfort her in that moment and be like, you know what, it's okay, I understand, you don't have any control over it. Like, that's the time for you to, like, earn so many points. You can earn a lot of points during this time, but, like, if something like that ever does happen. So if you're trying to get in good with this person and try to make something last, then it's a good opportunity to earn a lot of points.
Well, like he was saying earlier about having, if you have girls, like I think all three of us have, yeah, all three of us have girls. You learn from it, from it. You kind of learn a few things, about having kids, and you're not putting nobody's business out. But you learn, if you got daughters, you understand what some of the things you're gonna have to go through. So you learn a little bit. You get a little bit. Me, I'm still learning. I'm telling God's still working with me. He's still working on me.
yeah, I
I
mean,
ain't mad at that.
yeah, you gotta learn. I mean, and it's for the mom and the dad, or the dad if the mom not in the life, to show her the right way how to keep herself clean. Even being on periods, it does have certain odors for certain people, different stuff. You know, even with blue jeans, they can bleed through their clothes. They gotta know what to wear, how to wear it. Some people don't like the tampons on the inside. They like pads. You gotta keep them. Make sure they keep it on them when they at school to change it frequently. You
I think
know,
we all said when we was young if we ever had a kid, I don't, my daughter ain't getting no tampon. She gonna get a pad. I think we all, just a thought of something going up in that area. We like, nah, and now she gonna wear what we gonna wear. You gonna wear what we tell you to wear. But
See, I
as you
thought
get
about that,
older,
but then it got to personal growth. Because at the same time, you got to remember, as a man, we gonna think that because we're natural protectors of our daughters and our women.
right?
But we have to understand too that a woman, she knows her body, she know what she needs. So my thing is like I don't take that away from the child or the woman. So my thing is like, okay, that's a discussion to have, because I'm pretty sure the mothers already had that discussion and they've tried something anyway. So my thing is just like I said, being compassionate, just being a father and just saying, okay, I might not like it because what it is, what you're seeing is the optics of it. You're seeing the temple, so you're like, oh my god, like my daughter, this like it's too close to sex. You feel me? So it makes you stray away from it, but it's the most natural thing for a woman. So I wouldn't say don't throw it out because at the end of the day, if I would say statistically, probably about half the women in the world probably do. You know what I mean? So it's just according like just think about as being a man. If a woman was like, okay, well, I don't like those style of condoms. I want you to something exotic. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, so it's kind of in the same realm. So just having that mindset.
you gotta
Well,
make
bro,
sure
like
they.
me personally now, I'm just now getting over buying stuff for my kid. You know what I'm saying? Going to the store and picking up what she need. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like it's still amazing because I've never thought of myself of even being a father and having a
Hmm.
daughter at the same time. Y'all guys understand what I'm talking about? Just going to the store for the first time buying stuff like that. It's like, how did I get here? You know how you got here, but in your mind, it's like I'm a father of a daughter. Like I actually have a daughter. They like it. Do it still amaze y'all to this day?
Nah, for me, like when I go in the store, like when like wife or my daughter or whatever the case may be, it's like I got more praise by saying my daughter needs it or my wife needs it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in the store, they're like, "You're a great guy." You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, this accountability. And I'm gonna tell you, like for you single guys, like I'm not gonna lie to you, that's one of the greatest aisles to be on. Like it might sound disgusting, but I'm telling you, you will get hella dates just by hanging in the aisle and saying, "Oh, I am picking this up for my wife or my daughter." I'm telling you the secret now. Go try it.
I know you're not
In
lying
clothes
because
shopping.
I was in the
Shopping.
store a month ago. I was in the store a month ago, and my daughter needed what she needed, and like I was kind of like I don't know what she needed. I had to remember what she. I'm not gonna put my baby business, but size does matter in this conversation. But like the numbers. I'm sorry, I'm saying it right. The numbers matter, and I had to think about what number that my baby needed. And so now that I understand it, I don't forget it. It's clicked in my mind. It's embedded in my mind. She needed. Just going about your business, put it on the counter, and go pay for it and go. Pay for it and go.
Okay. So my question to you is like, do you feel a certain way by paying for it, or does it just
No,
it
no,
doesn't
because
feel
I would rather
natural?
pay for it than she grow up knowing that, it's okay for a man to buy you these things rather than you be embarrassed and you got to go in the store and get it yourself.
Okay. So just another general question. I'll leave it alone. So how did you feel the first time that you went to buy condoms for yourself? Did you feel any type of way? Did you feel awkward, weird, or
No, because I didn't want no kids at the
okay?
time.
Okay. So now let's stop it there. The question is why? Why would it be a difference between the two?
I never thought of it that way. How you put it like that? I ain't thought of it like that.
Hey,
But I mean, you quick to go
I
and store
buy
and go buy.
female stuff just like you buy regular groceries.
Exactly. Exactly, man. It's just like buying a gallon of milk, bro. That's how normal it should be. Just like I say, just like, and I don't want to speak out of turn, for the ladies, but I think it should be just as normal for them to buy condoms, when they go in the store. Like it shouldn't be like, oh my God, I gotta hide this. So I don't want anybody to know I'm active. You know what I mean? So it should be normal. It shouldn't
Well,
be something
nowadays,
that
even
you have to
when
feel.
you go to the doctor nowadays, when you're a certain age, you can't even go in the room with your child and they ask them that question. They're not gonna even tell you if they active or not, unless it's something out of pocket.
Right. And which I totally agree with that because like, for me, it's like everybody should have, that peace of mind that, that's your personal business. You know what I mean? So even as, let's say they're not adults, I mean, that's still personal. Now, as a parent, we want to know if there's a problem, but as far as like, I wouldn't want to invade her personal space or, or just be like that, so I get that too.
That come down to the point that maybe you having a relationship. Then some kids can come and talk to the mom about stuff they can't talk to the dad. The mom might know, but the dad don't, or the dad know and the mom don't. Like,
Right, right.
and then that's the point you gotta go. Hey, you gotta, like, just like with a boy, you tell, hey, strap it up. You gotta do the same thing with your girl. Hey, here you go.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to be biased, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Yeah,
I used to be
everybody was.
biased. And
Everybody was.
I was like, hey son, go out there and tag them all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Daddy got you. I got a 50-pack here for you now. And then my daughter, I'm like, girl, you better be 97 before you even think about it.
Right?
So so now
Yeah,
I
I
had
think
to come to that conclusion that the world don't work like that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I talked
Not
to
in this
him
day and
about
time
that.
with these teenagers. Not in this day. It's a different generation of children. Period.
No,
Nowadays.
I don't think it is.
What?
Truthfully, okay, now I
No,
want you to think about this here. Okay. Think about the baby boomers. Okay. Remember how many kids they had when they had the baby boomers. We are still under that as a generation. So that was like the 70s, the 60s, and the 70s. So I want you to think about that. They did more procreation than what we ever could think about. They were having 13 and 14 kids. We can attest to that because we have a big family. So
Yeah.
I want you to think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
They're
But
doing the same thing,
but
just at a slower rate.
no, hold on though. But this generation is having kids sooner than what they should nowadays. You talking about 12, 13, 14, 15 really out there wilding.
Wait, but you think that just started?
It's more normalized now.
Okay, so
Because
think about
back then you was think of it this way, since you want to go back that far.
Mhm.
Think about when you had to sneak to go get a VCR or porn tape and go watch it in the living room. Okay, these
Okay.
kids ain't got that now. They got the cell phone. They can watch it right from the phone. They ain't had to do it how we had to do it.
Okay. So you're talking about as far as the time moving, but I'm saying the circumstances have never changed. Because if you do, the population from then the population of now, we're actually it's declining. It's not gaining. So like I said, they were having more sex back then in the 60s, 70s, and 80s than what we can even think about now. What happened now is that you have access. They have access to these sites. They have access now. We didn't have that access because we didn't have technology.
That's right.
we had magazines and VHS,
And you had to
and we had
sneak to go watch.
and we
You
had to
remember?
sneak them.
Right.
And we had Jet magazine that one page on Jet.
That one fine girl on that one page. Yep. 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 Anything you want to add to this? You know, I mean, you
So
have a son yourself, and you're raising your son, yourself. So, how do you feel about these type of topics? I mean, anything you want to share to us that can help improve being a man and having kids.
No, y'all are pretty much touching on everything that I'm pretty much agreeing with, especially in terms of like the whole population thing. Just like, yeah, they do have more access now. As far as like the actual activities and stuff like that, that really hasn't changed very much.
yeah,
it,
yeah,
no, I'm thinking back on how it was for me growing up, like in middle school. Middle school kids were wilding.
But it was
Well,
more
what?
secretive,
Wilding.
though. It was more like you had to sneak
Not
into it. These
No,
kids
no,
wild.
but
no.
not
They will do it
We thought
no.
it was sneaking. It was called availability. It wasn't sneaking. We had availability to find a place to do what we wanted to do. Now the
Yo,
kids, they have the availability, they have the space, and they like, we just gonna do it. Now it's just in your face. They don't hide it anymore.
my point exactly. It was a pride to hide what you would do. You now it's not even a pride thing. It's like you got anything to say? Like they wait for you to say something to them about it. Some of it's just straight up inappropriate.
You know, like
Yeah,
I
I mean,
told
but yeah, I mean,
you,
but what do you deem inappropriate?
I mean, think about if you take your daughter out somewhere and you see
Mhm.
two teenagers just wilding out in public. Like, they don't like, come on, really in public, really? You gonna really do all that? Like, I got
Now,
my daughter right here. You really
now
gonna
put
do all
yourself
that?
in that same
And then your
shoe. Have
kid gonna
you
question you,
ever
Dad,
did
is
something in
that
public?
okay?
I mean, but put yourself in their shoes.
Bro, you know me, bro.
So
We ain't talking about me.
no, but I'm just I'm just saying in general. If you take that general statement that you just said and you apply it to yourself, imagine what everybody else before us or behind us could say the same thing.
But we again, it goes back to what I was saying. I was a lot more like, okay, let's sneak off and just chill and I wasn't really just out in the open with it. Like this
But I mean,
generation, they outside. Let's say they're like they outside.
yeah, but
Well, but
that's the way of the world now. Though
yeah,
they more freely to do stuff
yeah.
like they can make money now. Like they make money so easy just by doing what you're doing right now. We didn't have this back in the day. We had to get out there and grind for
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yeah,
Like they can go and start a TikTok video, do dance
OnlyFans, all
moves.
of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. Like me and you were talking the other day outside of here. You can let your son go. You in Orange, you can let your son go way across the Walmart. If you stay in the Navy, he can be way in Roseland, but you want to let your daughter leave out the front yard.
That's for shit,
yeah.
yo.
They right here where I can see you. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but your son can go where he wants to, and people calling you your son over here throwing rocks, and people and you gonna believe your son, but somebody tell you your daughter came off that front porch. Oh, you gonna try to break her in?
But I'm gonna give you some game real quick on that because I've learned of being a father on that. We think, protecting our daughters by making them, get on the porch or being an odd distance. They actually do more shit because guess what? They're confined to one space. So guess what they have to do in their element? They have to find it now. They have to
Adapt.
find a way to maneuver what they need to do. So that makes them smarter as opposed to this being like I wish I would have been the same way with my son as my daughter. I really do because like I feel like a lot of stuff would have happened differently because they both would have had an understanding of what I mean. Like this world is unforgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like once you lose your virginity, it's different. You move differently. You talk differently. You just everything's different. And the reason why I said like let's say my son, as a man, I'm like, yeah, bro, go get it. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter, I'm like, no, but I'm like, okay, they are no different than one another. No different. So why am I treating them differently? And then what you're gonna find out is that, and guys, I hate to say this, but this is gonna be real. Your daughter's gonna end up having more sex behind your back because you kept her so tight that every chance she gets to wild out, guess what she gonna do? Wild
Voila.
out.
But
So,
no, well, hold on. I don't agree with that statement, and the reason I don't agree with that statement because
okay,
I think it's how you upbring your children, the upbringing,
no, no,
the
No,
upbringing, how the
no.
mother, how the
We had grannies
hold
whooping
on, hold
our
on. I'm gonna tell you
ass.
what my baby mama just told me recently. Hold on, I'm gonna answer that question. I'm gonna get back to you. Hold that
All right,
thought.
all right, all
My
right.
baby mama just recently told me my daughter's my twin. That
Mhm.
scares the shit out of me. I'm gonna be real. When my baby mama say that's my twin, I know what I did. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
my baby mama say that's my twin. That ain't necessarily a good thing.
hey Sean, how many church girls we know that they mama had them in church every day dressed up and they wild and it's
Yeah.
crazy. And the
Hey,
one that was outside not like that.
yeah.
And you know that. Like
So,
I say,
Them church girls do
it,
be
it,
the
it,
freaky ones.
it's
Them
but
just
church
like it's
girls
just
do be
like
the
a dog.
freaky.
You keep a dog chained up in the backyard. When he finally get loose, oh, he ain't coming back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying? So
So Sean, so what is it about that statement that you can't see like okay, like I just don't agree with it.
Okay, repeat your statement. I'm gonna give you the answer. Repeat your statement.
Okay, so what I was saying is like that you keep your daughter tight, like you were saying, you keep her chained up and locked up. Every chance she gets, you're gonna get a chance to wild out. And the point that I'm making is what you just said. You said that your daughter's your twin, right? So I want you to think about all the stuff that you did. Now I'm not talking about I know, but I'm talking about all of the sneaky stuff that to this day that nobody knows. That's what you're gonna have to deal
I don't even know. I should go give me a shot right now. I go give me a shot.
Yeah.
and I know I was crazy, so I give my kids a pass for it. This world ain't
But
gonna show
guess
you
what?
no
You say
slack.
you say Ken almost like you. So what you think about
Now
that?
Ken is 2 times, 3 times worse than me.
Mhm.
He know me a little bit from school. I was bad and I had my change. I went to being a nerd and then I went to tilling again. Like you have your time. Everybody have changes. You gotta find yourself. I ain't gonna lie, back in the day I was trying to fit in with who I can get in with, who was trying to be down with me. Nowadays I don't care. You know my circle's small, so I don't care.
I already know.
But my youngest daughter, her attitude is worse than me and her mom put together. You, she say her,
Which one?
she
Which
just
one you
told me,
talking about?
Ken, she said, my friend called me 3 times back to back. I don't even want to talk to her. I blocked her. But that's supposed to be your best friend. Like I told her, you can't do that. But kids,
Mhm.
it's so easy for kids to do that now. They
Oh yeah.
they do it.
Oh,
They
they
do
block
it with
man.
their ears.
My
Yeah.
daughter, my daughter and son block game strong. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
you,
Oh,
I
she
mean,
like you. If she anything like you, I already know.
oh, yeah, man, like I said, I was an MF man, so it's like I don't put nothing past them because there was a lot I did. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is, I'm not proud
Hey,
of it.
we
I'm
did.
not,
Hey, we didn't been in
I'm.
the bushes. I already know. We didn't been out there outside.
But what I'm saying now is like now that I'm older, I'm in my grown man. It's like I have an understanding now. So it's like for to be a better parent, I gotta keep it
Okay,
100,
okay.
even
Let
when
me
it
ask you
hurts.
this: if your daughter say, "Daddy, I need some condoms," would you get your daughter a condom right now?
Damn right. I go buy the same ones I would get my son. Because at the end of the day, if your daughter is that real enough to come up to you and say, "Hey, pops, I need some contraceptives," I mean, as a father, that's your job to be like, okay, because would you rather her go get it from another man?
Heck, no,
So that answers the question right there.
no.
or one of her homegirls that didn't poke holes in it. Now your daughter
Yeah,
pregnant.
Do you agree with
We,
this?
we used to deal with the poke holes all the time. The needles, the little needles in there. Yeah, we was in there.
I want to hear your rebuttal to this.
My rebuttal. I don't know. I don't really. I don't know. It's interesting. My experience growing up was so different. It was really really different. I will say that the only thing that kind of kept me, even though both of my parents were like really really strict, and not just my parents, but like my extended family, like aunts, uncles, grandparents. It wasn't that didn't really cause me to wild out because of the restrictions. It was more of the fact that my principles, like the principles that were put in me, is what kept me from doing a lot of stuff when no one else was around. Right? Whenever
You
none
was
of the adults
it
were
all.
around, the principles that were instilled in me is those were the only things that kept me from just being wild like most of the other people that I knew around me, right? So if you can instill these principles in your children at a young age and they really understand it and they really take it in to be like a part of who they are, that's the only thing that's going to keep them from going crazy, period. Because you're not going to be around them at school. Anything can go down. It's before school, during school, after school, anything, any and everything on a
yeah,
bus,
yeah.
anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I already
Anywhere
told my
they
daughter
will find.
recently.
We found ways.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, we did.
I told my daughter,
So
Infinite
hey, I told
ways.
my daughter don't ever go in the back of the bus because we all know what go down in the back of the bus. Okay, I told my daughter if you ride the bus, you get your ass on the front. Don't go in the back. You gonna fuck
That
around and
that
find
that,
out.
that
Stay
was
your
just
ass.
like what my mom told me. I wanted to be outside and fighting with everybody, getting all the fights and fight adults. My mama said, "Hey, don't come to me crying when somebody knock you out. You want to be out there like an adult. You gonna handle yourself like it." So it had to take that for me to be like, okay, let me chill out because I ain't got nobody to call who gonna help me. And even some of them friends you had, they didn't come help you. Now you think about it. Back then, you like, oh, that's still my home. But now, hey, it ain't like that. You gotta, like I say, like you say, you gotta instill stuff. It's a lot of peer pressure. It's a lot of stuff they see on the phone. Like you say, I ain't gonna down the music or nothing, but you got music and everything. I mean, I love music, but you got music that tell a girl, like I say, get her money and
Yeah,
go.
get that bread, get that head, and
Yeah,
then leave. Yeah, you got Big
and
King,
that's all they
Cardi
want. Like
B, Nicki
like I was
Minaj.
like I was telling you last podcast, nobody want to grow. Nobody want to start from the bottom and grow. Everybody want you got to come with this, come with that. I mean, it's good to do that, but sometimes somebody can come with this, come with that. You can help that person grow. Like they just want you want to get that money and go. Like hit that cash out,
What
cash out and
one
blaze it.
problem with this generation that I agree, and I think we all can agree, mothers are not raising their daughters like the older generation would, meaning that had their daughters in the kitchen, have their daughters showing them
No.
how to hold on, let me finish, let me
Okay.
hear you out.
Okay. All
Teaching
right.
them teaching them all the things that they learned from their grandmothers and their mothers, how to cook, how to clean, how to do things in a womanly way. This generation, everybody thinks, and this is a fact. These generation of young women and men, I'm gonna say, think that an air fryer is frying food. I'm sorry, that is a cheat sheet.
Well,
That
that's
is a cheat
convenience.
sheet.
That is convenience. But I got to say that on that one, I don't agree with it because now you get into sexism. So now it's like, okay, now it's basically saying like you should know your place. I don't think like as my son, as a daughter, you don't have a place. Like you're open. I want my son to be able to cook just as well as a female, and vice versa. So I think that we should, like you said, instill that hey, you should know how to cook to fend for yourself because at the end of the day, you're gonna start out single anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So you
True,
got to
but
know how to
I'm
cook
saying,
and
okay, but you can't
clean.
say your mama didn't teach you how to cook. Son, this is what you're supposed to do for your woman. This is how you cook. Like right now, I'm teaching my daughter how to cook all kind of, and she's doing it on her own now. I'm proud of my baby that she took some of my traits and doing her thing in the kitchen. You know,
Right,
she
but I just don't
like
want you to generalize women and saying that women are not raising their kids because you got to think about it's a different generation that there is a lot of absent fathers. There is a lot of circumstance in between all that, and then plus being in the black generation that you got to understand that it goes back like I mean I ain't gonna say centuries, but it goes back to where the fathers were taken out of the home. So we already had undue harm done to us already. So for our generation, I say it's a lot harder because we have so many breaks in the chain that nothing stayed the same because like back in the day you had two-parent household. Now it's harder to have a two-parent household because it's everything's microwave. It's so easy to get a divorce. It's so easy to do everything that you're not supposed to. It's so easy to do all that stuff.
it's easy to run from. It's easy to run from a. It's easier just to walk away than to stay together and figure it out together. Nobody wants to figure it out together no more. It's either
Right.
their way or the highway.
And that's what, but you think about like our grandparents, no matter what happened, they rocked together. You feel what I'm saying? They all those years together, no matter what, they had the eye for one. So what happens now is just that you got two parents that want to be the alphas, and nobody can say, okay, in this situation, I'm gonna take lead and I need you to fall back. Or vice versa. If she says, okay, baby, I got this, I need you to step back. It's hard for us to do that these days because now it's like a man has to be a serious alpha. We got to be the alpha of the house. And I don't think sometimes we don't need to be the alpha. Sometimes we need to be passive so that way we can fix some of the damage that's happened to us. Like because if we keep going in the
Generation
same
first.
direction, is we're gonna keep having the same thing. These same conversations are gonna keep happening until we break the chain.
Yeah, I mean, I told him the other day too. I believe, even though with that, a lot of women are taking over now. The same plant jobs that they couldn't get, they getting them,
Hmm.
and they making that money. But some women do treat men because they not making enough as them some way. But I mean, that's why I say people need to grow. You can take a little
Hmm.
bit from here and a little bit from there and make a dynasty. It don't
Yeah.
it don't take it don't take much, but you gotta give a person a chance. Like you say, microwave. Everybody wants stuff quick. If it ain't
Hmm.
quick, go ahead throw it away. You don't want to let it marinate, simmer, and build it up from the bottom and start the root. You wanna buy it out the can, pour it up, throw it together.
That's what I'm saying. You want to throw everything in the air fryer. That's not cooking to me. I'm sorry. I can't rock with
Yeah,
that.
but
Air
at
fryer
the
is not
same time with
cooking.
that, you gotta have your kids gotta be willing. Also, you have to be willing to do that.
Hmm.
Like you just sit your child, say go to your room. They on their phone, they on their tablet all the time. They ain't gonna learn nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, you got TikTok and YouTube that show them, but what about that stuff that they don't really know, like that real feel? You know?
Well, like you said, it's that is are not absent. That the father's not in the household. And some of these, I'm gonna say, when I read it and I looked and I googled this, it said 60% of women don't have time to teach their kids even how to cook, and
I
that's sad.
mean, but
That's
think about that. I don't think it's
black.
that. I think to me, I think it's a test to a woman because not only is she in the work field every single day, just like us, like it's a fight. She got to grind too. But at the same time, you got to think about like it goes back again. If you had a two-parent household, you would have a parent there teaching the kids how to cook, how to clean. Now that you don't have that, that mom has to provide every single day for that child. She got to go to work every day. She got to get herself together. She got to get the kids together. She got to, so how do you expect her to do that and keep and mental for me mental health is a big thing, especially as a parent. One child will drive you crazy. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So I mean, I don't want to put that all on a woman because at the end of the day, we need them and they need us. So my thing is like we got to stop pointing the finger and point the finger at everyone because we all have something that we can do better. But like I said, like I feel what you're saying, Sean, but at the same time, don't point the finger at a woman because at the same time, she's doing the same thing you're doing,
Well, no, I'm
trying
not
to
pointing
grind.
the finger. No, no. I read statistics on, this is Googleable information that I do. I do a little bit of research before I come on. But it may not be true. It may be because everything on Google ain't true. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But that's still sad in the aspect of 65%. That's almost over half.
But I mean, even with two parent households, you got one working nights, one working days. By the time one get off, give a kiss, baby, I love you, here go your meal. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You gone. Then so hopefully y'all had the same off
Well,
days to spend time.
Right.
let me put it this
But I
way.
mean, but if a man at home or a woman at home all the time, you're not making money. And if y'all making money, you gotta do one. Like
Okay,
my mama didn't make it to all my football games because she had to work. She was by herself. I'm not mad at her. I wanted her there, but she
Yeah.
couldn't be there. But it was okay when I had them Jordans on my feet and the new shoes. But
Exactly.
but they don't nowadays. That's what them kids look for. They want that. So you got to get out there and get it. You want to be in activities, but you got to know your balance. You know, some people get every weekend off. That's your time to go spend and all that. Just like your grandmother, son. You know, Sunday your grandmother probably was up 3, 4 in the morning getting breakfast together, cooking clean. You smell bleach before you even walk your bleach was burning your eyes in the
yep,
morning. You know,
yep,
you like,
yep.
what's that? You know, come on, eat this food, get this clothes, take your shower, get ready for church, and you better not be late.
There you
You
go.
said a
You know how
mouthful
it
right
used to be.
there. You
Yeah.
just said a mouthful
But I
right
mean, but nowadays we know church at 11. One time we getting up 10.
Mm.
there.
We finna take a shower, brush teeth. Now we gotta speed to the church.
Yeah.
We gonna get there on time, hopefully, or a little bit before, and then we get there after. You know, everybody looking at you come through the church door, and you always late. Like that's what we do. You eating breakfast on the way to church. You gotta fast eat. Like
What I mean to say, what I should have said, even when you dating somebody and they have a child, one of y'all could take the time out to cook. Like, say for instance, for me, if I'm dating somebody and she say, you know what, we gonna go somewhere tomorrow, I'm like, okay, what we got to eat? I'm gonna look in the freezer and see what you got anyway, because I'm just like that. I want to see what you got in your freezer. You know, so in this case, I gotta put something together. Not saying I know how to cook every dish, but I know how to throw something together quick and fast for all of us to eat.
well, both of y'all can do that. If it's two of y'all, if you
Why
know
you
what you
looking
gonna
like that
fix,
in the corner over there?
if you know what you gonna fix, why don't you chop all the vegetables up for so when you get up tomorrow, you can just throw everything together. You know what I'm saying? If you got the time and or season the food, so when you get up, throw it together, boom, you got your meal. Like you gotta work as a team. Everybody gotta do. You know, everybody got a part to play. Maybe she might make sides on the way home from work, grab some Popeye chicken or something
Yeah.
to go with. You
Yeah.
got rice gravy at home, like like
Yeah. For real.
that's
For
what
real.
you gotta do. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta work together. And if you by yourself, it's hard to do that.
So then I got
Sometimes you
my
get
last question. Is it now? What's the harm? Let's say if a woman can't cook, because I know a lot of men that can't cook,
Well,
but that don't mean that they don't eat every day.
oh, that's impressive right there. I love that. I love that.
Sean. Oh,
Hold
my
on.
bad.
I like that question. If that woman can't cook and she put that off on me, I'm gonna enjoy that because I'm gonna show her the few things that I know. I'm gonna teach it to her.
Okay. 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 What do you think about that, Miss Ma'am?
I'm definitely not into the whole gender role
Mm-hmm.
thing necessarily, because for me personally, like because some men want to be the breadwinners, they want to be able to be the one that's going out working, making the money, and they want a stay at home wife. I'm not that type. That would drive me crazy. I've tried it and that would drive me crazy. I need to be going out making money, like working away from the house. I don't even think that I would want to do remote work. Like I need to be away from the house, doing my own thing, earning money, right? So if we're both working, then sharing household responsibilities is extremely important to me. So don't just look at me like you expect me to do all the cooking and definitely not all the cleaning. Like that's not gonna work for me like at all. We need to like be able to work together and both be happy about it. Like no attitudes involved. Just be happy. You
If
got a good thing, like work together and it's gonna be all right. So
Then I
if
was
you coming,
that's
if
my
we
telling
take.
both coming home from work, you know what? I'm the type of man. If you coming home from work, you know, babe, I got it. You go lay down. You go relax. I got it. If I cooked, at least we could do together. At least clean it up together. At least.
I mean, like I said, that's understandable. So I say, like for me, okay, it's a little bit different because like my wife, She gets up basically at 4:45 in the morning. She's a school teacher. She gets up at
Congratulations to her
4:45 in the
about her being
morning,
a school teacher.
and she got to get breakfast, and then she doesn't get home until like 4:45, or sometimes even 5 o'clock. So my thing is like, okay, if I make it home before my wife, I'm gonna make sure that, because this is like what we do. Like, so Monday through Friday, I know that we both gonna be tired. So guess what? I'm the cook of the house. I love cooking. That's my passion. So I
That
cook
brother and
it.
Anderson family though.
Hey, feel you. And then, but on the weekend, she got me. That come that Saturday and Sunday, I don't have to lick her fingers. Like, so, it's that give and take. If you can find that give and take, it's a balance. So I don't expect for every day to come home and cook and clean, because guess what? As a man, I should be able to cook and clean and do the same things you like to help out. So if laundry need to be done, if you know how to do laundry, are you gonna let it sit there and just wait for your wife to do it, or are you gonna knock
Nah,
it out?
nah, that's inconsiderate.
Exactly. So that's the same thing. Like, it's just that balancing act.
And two, I would tell Sean too. He know you by you being single and a man, you gotta have your house clean for one, and you should know how to cook, cause it also save you money. I go through with this with Sean all the time. Y'all know Sean he like his wings that make us sit and
Uh,
last on some
Hold up.
wings.
uh,
And I'm like, bro, why don't you just go buy the bag of wings, and make you a whole meal, bro? It lasts you 2 or 3 days. Cause you look at it, normally gonna spend about at least $30 a day in breakfast, lunch, and dinner, at least 30. When you can go take that 20, 25 and make a meal last you 3 days, you ain't gotta spend it.
But what did I just do the other day? I cooked the whole meal, and now y'all
Finally, you know,
hey,
he had
I
some.
can't lie on the wings, man. Hey, them lemon pepper wings be
No,
fire,
but I mean,
bro.
nothing wrong with it. But nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, sometimes it's saving money when you by yourself, because you don't tell the weather come up. Car
Well,
problems.
no, well, wait a minute. If I'm dating, okay, is this me being single, or is that me being, by
That
myself or with my daughter?
that's together for both. Cause your woman coming home every day, you buy. Say you spending $30 a day to eat. You spending 30. Now I gotta come home and find something to eat. That's another 20. At least, so you're looking at $50 a person a day. That's $100.
Well,
When
higher
you
than
can,
that, because I think everything is high right now.
yeah. Then also, like I was telling you too, just in case you find a woman or a man that have kids, you gotta take them kids you gotta take them kids as your own now. So whoever you meet, if they have a child, now you gotta feed them too. You gotta know how to cook that meal for a family, not just for personal use.
True that.
Well, and I got another thing I could say on that too, is just like, families has changed now, because like I said, everything is microwave. It's
Yeah, yeah,
quick, fast, and like, I remember when like grandma used to cook, it was 3, 4 hours you would have to wait before that meal would be done. Now you can get a meal with about 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
Without,
I mean,
When you put in
even
the
even the
driveway,
crock
the
pot,
rice is smoking
even in the
good.
crock pot, you get like 4 hours. But then too, you gotta introduce your kids to new stuff. Like kids get stuck on one thing. Some kids like, oh, I hear some people say, oh, my kid only eat McDonald's nuggets. She can try Wendy nuggets. She can try, or you get home, she don't like broccoli. You gotta introduce them to it. Like kids don't know what they don't like because they never tried it. You got,
mine, I used to make them, because
yeah,
like
for
they
instance,
didn't like green vegetables at
yeah.
all.
My daughter don't like
But
green beans, but she like a little bit now since I know how to, season it right. You know what I'm saying?
and
Yeah, I
see,
get
I
what
know
you
how it was when your grandmother cooked. Whatever she fixed, you ate. Even if you put two spoonfuls on it, you better eat it.
Because I remember one time, man, like my biggest thing, like I cannot stand kidneys, right? Like, but back in the day, that's what the old folks do. They kidneys, liver, and I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't my thing. But when I got to my grandmother's house, I would scoop that boy like I ain't ball.
Preach
Now,
the
Exactly.
word.
as a
Preach the word.
grown man, I won't even look at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I say, you gotta introduce your kids and stuff because the way the world is, they'll learn that from somebody else. You gotta kind of let the kids be more loose than you are, but still have structure. In the communication. That's why I'm telling you, man. When you try to date someone, not only do you gotta learn that person, if they have a child, you gotta learn the child too, because maybe that father not in that child's life. You might be the closest thing to that.
Well, it's like what you said before. I think both of y'all have said this before. If you dating a woman and you got a daughter, if I go buy a pair of shoes for my daughter, I should at least go get a pair of shoes for that son. I mean, if I'm in a serious relationship and we know it's not fair if you can't buy one for the other, it's just it make common sense just to go on and do
Exactly. And you buy
Yeah.
the same exact
the
thing. You know
same
what I'm
shoe.
saying?
Yeah, Lord, you make
And
me put that in there.
'Cause I know when
Yeah,
we
yeah.
grew up, bro, there was always differences. Like back in the day, parents they would make differences because they had favorites. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that now we just got to do better. Like because for one, the meals are different. Like we only got basically what three to four like black people 3 or 4 different type of meats we like: chicken, steak, and pork. That gets old fast.
And I stopped eating pork like 5 years ago. I've been here in Houston 3, and
Wow.
cause I was having headaches. I haven't had a headache in
Mm.
like 5 years. That somebody said like high blood pressure or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't have headaches no more, so I
But see,
don't
that's why I
eat
buy
pork.
T-bones, ribeyes. I keep
Yeah,
that
I
in the
mean I don't even
fridge.
eat that stuff. I mean I'm stuck on chicken, fish, and that be about it. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And
And
shrimp. I,
maybe
I, I keep shrimp in the
yeah, I
freezer.
mean I do that too. Like only thing with that, my youngest daughter, like any shellfish, she has to take Benadryl with it, so that kind of stops
Yeah.
me
She's
from making
a
Oh,
her
she
little
light
can't
allergic.
with
eat
that.
Yeah.
crawfish and
Yeah,
all that other stuff.
yeah. So even with that crawfish, I'm from Louisiana. I like it, but I'm a big dude. I don't like all that work. You gotta get that little
Hey,
piece of
for
meat
real,
out of
bro.
there.
I
Yeah,
don't even eat them. If like, I don't think I
yeah,
like when I do seafood, it got to be them snow crabs.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, my daughter loves the snow crab.
Other
Every
than
Just
time
that,
I
like just
introduce
like
her to
wings.
that, she
Wings is the
can't
only
love
chicken I kind of like with a bone. I'd rather eat boneless chicken. I like to get to the point,
and
clean
I ain't
my
gonna lie,
plate, and be done.
I'm trying to get away from meat, man, because all this new processing of meat, I'm trying to get away from it, and it's hard because, like I said, I'm a big dude too, man, and I love my meat, man. And you really got me thinking about that pork thing, so I'm thinking about letting that pork go first,
Man,
and
it's
then I
all
can let
of it
everything
though.
go about there.
Even with the fish they processing that fish, and it don't even be right. I just heard yesterday from somebody the processed meat causing cancer bad. Now they got these
Hmm.
watermelons from Walmart exploding because they fake. And y'all look
Hmm.
at that.
No seeds. That's why I say when stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
if it ain't got no seed, I don't touch it.
yeah,
That
yeah.
means it's been genetically modified.
That thing looking plastic. You can look that up. I just looked at it today. They just explode sitting on the counter. They look plastic. Like
Yeah.
even with shrimp, like some of that stuff don't it be rubbery. Like it's rubber. So like I mean, it don't matter what you eat. It's just like dang, like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like
Hmm. So
even
remember
if you
with
want
us,
to
like when
go,
we were growing up, our meal was ramen noodles, bro. Like, and now they
oh
saying
yeah,
like that's the worst thing in the world you could eat.
yeah, but you know that they only put that in the black neighborhoods in the areas where we gonna go. They got
Mm-hmm.
high salt in it. And you're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to eat that shit
You're
no
really
more
not supposed to
than
put all the seasoning pack in the noodle. You're not supposed to use the whole pack.
Boy, please, we be putting double packs in that
shit.
some
We
gun.
we we didn't we didn't open other noodles and put seasoning. We Tony Sassery's in there,
Oh, bro, you
Larry's,
already know, yo.
Yeah,
sauce.
Slap
we,
your
we know how to
mama.
make a meal out of it. Custom party time sauce, fried up a little bit, put a little bit of salt and pepper and cheese on it. Hey,
Yeah,
Now
but
the
like you
one I've
say,
been seeing now is the boil, where they using the
oh yeah,
noodles
yeah,
and making a seafood boil with it. Now
yeah.
that look pretty hard right there.
But like all that stuff, even that cheese, I heard the cheese, all that little cheese don't be real. You ever seen them burning that cheese and don't even
Oh yeah,
burn?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like the
You see,
anything that says singles, like Kraft singles, and
yeah,
it don't say cheese, it's pasteurized, so it's not cheese at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Just like ice cream, that Walmart ice cream, they set that outside in the heat, it don't even melt.
Hmm.
And when we you know what I'm saying? But like I said the other day, like I always told Sean, no, I tell them they people gonna believe and do what they want. Like everybody needs something to believe in.
Hmm.
Like right now, I can come out and say, hey, um, Lil Wayne is gonna die on Christmas Day. If that shit get viral, everybody gonna believe it because somebody gonna believe it, somebody else gonna believe it.
Yep.
Everybody wait for Christmas Day. Oh, Lil Wayne about to die. You
Well,
know what I'm saying? You gonna believe?
that's just like that R. Kelly stuff I've been telling you about. This man's about to get out on an appeal because now it didn't came out. A lot of that stuff was about money and people was lying on that man. And that man
Right.
worth 85. What I read, he worth $85 billion total.
And then my thing is, I ain't gonna lie. Like now with Kels, that's my dude, but he did do some foul stuff.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
agree. I agree.
I'm
so
not gonna
my
stop
thing is
jamming that
like
music.
now, but you got to
I
think about it. Half of them do foul stuff, and they block each other. You know what I'm saying? Like who's ever into it, like just like us in the world, bro. Like we have beef, we gonna do whatever it take to make that dude have a bad day or whatever. The same thing in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Think Jay-Z is the one that made all this shit happen. It's all coming out. The same thing with Tory Lanez. It's according to who got the clout, who got the money, and who got the people behind them. And they did the same thing to Bill Cosby. It's when a black man, because Kelly,
Oh,
he was trying
they
to
say he was
buy
trying to buy
something.
NBC. Yep.
Yeah, he was trying to buy something, and when they see a black man finna go buy something big, like, oh no, let's
Why you
don't
think they
let's
wouldn't
put a
let
brick
Tyler?
wall.
They wouldn't let Tyler Perry buy BET recently. They told him
Mm-hmm.
no. He was gonna
Look,
buy
look,
both
look,
the
look,
networks.
look at Nick Cannon with that Dr. Savage stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
fired that man from everywhere, got rid of him. He had to buy down.
yeah.
He want that money. That money take. He got them kids. He got to take. You got to buy down. They gonna make you buy down. At the end of the day, they go. You got to buy down. And
I think he had the cure for cancer too. Yeah, he got a kid. Yeah, he had the cure for
Dr.
Yeah, he
cancer.
had to
Savage
kill
got
for
off.
all kind of stuff.
Yeah, he got a whole village that he got people
Hmm.
staying there and
He did
natural spring water. All that.
AIDS,
Yeah,
high blood pressure, syphilis. He all of that stuff he cured.
they don't want that to get out because now the population ain't gonna die. They
Yep.
want the population got to die down. Why you think
Mm-hmm.
they put that COVID out here? Now they got some more COVID coming out that's even worse than the first one, and the shot can't
Mm-hmm.
help
Yep.
it. so it's like,
Yep.
so
It's
it's
just
like
yeah. We got a
they
lot
could,
going on.
yeah.
We can't
Right
win
now,
losing.
right now they got the retrograde. Y'all can look that up. The retrograde. It's a shift in the world. It makes a lot of mood swings and stuff.
Mm.
Y'all look that up. It's called retrograde. Somebody
Retrograde.
put
Okay.
somebody put that on me. If you read it, you see, you go like, oh, I can see what's going on. When you really look at it and read it, yeah,
To
it's
sum it up,
still,
basically go see that movie they cloned Tyrone. That I
Oh yeah.
believe that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah,
I
My
believe
thing is
that.
they gonna put the truth in your face.
yeah, it's out there. It's just if you're gonna believe it or not.
Hmm. And my thing
Somebody,
is like I really believe that there's underground cities and
oh
all
yeah,
kind of stuff. There's scientist stuff. I mean, I really believe that. I really believe that underneath our ground.
That movie really opened my eyes because I can't believe they actually put it out in the public for the world to see.
But think about it, like that's how you trick the world. If you could put it right in their face so where they can see it right up underneath your nose, you're not gonna look at it any differently. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
Now, if you look at
They
it,
put it in the check. He was saying the chicken, all the food is in the food.
yeah. Because I mean, think about it. Like, I mean, did y'all hear like a couple months ago, all of these farms were just mysteriously catching on fire and burning down, all
Mhm.
for a purpose, bro. To control everybody. If you can control the food, you can control the world.
that's just like what them eggs was high as hell.
Hmm.
People
You
was
used to,
fighting for
you
eggs.
used to let your neighbor borrow an egg or two. These days, nah, nigga, give me about $3 for an egg. Give me about
Man,
nah, I gotta charge you for these eggs.
But this is what I love though. Like being from the fruit, like we grew up country, so like if push came to shove, we can get out in them woods and catch hogs, chickens. We can
oh yeah.
survive. You feel what I'm
That,
saying?
that's what I tell everybody here. We can survive. In Orange, you can squirrels. You
Yeah,
got your wood. You don't gotta go buy wood. You can go outside cut tree. I got
yeah,
wood. You can go out there, put your little chicken on the string, catch some crabs, some garfish,
yeah.
catfish,
You know, as
Because
black
we can
people,
clownfish.
we know how to
survive.
survive. Period. If the
The
lights go
only,
out,
only,
we
only
got
thing
plenty
we
of
didn't have
candles.
was vegetables. We didn't really have vegetables because we wasn't growing it. We could have grown vegetables. And yeah, it was on.
Bro, think about
Hmm.
before people had lights like energy lights. They was using candles throughout the whole house.
Coal oil lamps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Now,
Now we got power. We don't know how to act. We go
right, but you
crazy
got
when
to
that
think
AC
about that.
go
I'm
off.
telling you, one of these, well, like, and I hate to say it, bro, like it's gonna be before we close our eyes, we gonna see the power go out. And within and what's going to happen, that's going to put everybody in a tailspin, because think about it, the average American can't go without power, because guess what? You need the AC, you need to charge your phone, you got to cook something, all the stuff that we take for granted because we have it. But just imagine if they pulled a plug on one thing, bro. Say if they took your lights for a year, how would you survive?
We got to go back to what we originally was doing.
I, 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 I'd have been without lights. And I'd have been with a little smoky. A little smoky that's been burnt up, man. Y'all know the little smoky stayed outside, ready to go with them
Hmm.
sumo lean. We took everything. Remember Harvey? I was in that
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
We was out there and we had to go. Only thing saved me, my grandmother had gas. That gas, like now everything electric. That
Hmm.
gas saved us.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
now,
saying. A lot of people don't want electric stoves and electricity because they know when the power go out, you can't use that. But that gas will save your, you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, because like I said, we grew up. I remember grandma having that big cast iron one where you threw wood in. Boy,
Yeah.
look at. I was like, boy, look at here. That's what you need for backup. You know what I'm saying? When shit ever pop off, you gonna eat good. You know you ain't gonna be cold.
Even when you put in the shower, she had that shower thing that you had that fire in the bathroom.
Yeah,
You light
yeah,
it
that
up.
little heater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
yep.
kept you warm. You didn't even want to come out the shower.
Shoot, my grandma used to sell sugar cane in the back. That was used to be our snack. We didn't have popsicles and candy and lollipop. We had that sugar cane.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
was
when
jumping the
candy was
fence.
real.
All them honeysuckles. See, we was
Oh
sucking
yeah,
on
for real.
honeysuckles.
On them Chico sticks.
All them little berries we find on the ground.
Yeah, I
And you
remember we used
know
to
we
be
ain't
in the
supposed to eat
woods and
them.
go them plums and all that stuff. I remember back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Pine Grove, we
yeah.
had like a little woods area. Man, we have all kind of raspberries, all kind of stuff would be back there, man.
And
And
we couldn't go in the house and get no cold water. We had to drink the water
Water
out the water
hole.
hose. Or put your mouth
man,
under the faucet and get
Yep.
your
bro, for
sip.
Everybody
real,
had
boy, the water
everybody
hose
had
was
to
my
say
best
that.
friend. It was my best friend growing up. Boy, look at here, boy. We on the basketball court all day. You hit that water hose and it's nice and cold, boy.
Woo!
Bro,
Yeah.
drink it like it was a Pepsi.
Right?
Yeah, like
Now
I
kids,
say,
bro, they don't do none of that no more.
Man, you gotta beg a kid to go outside and dig a hole. Now my daughter, she's an outside kid. I give her that. She like being outside. She don't dig no hole, but she like being outside.
Man, that's what us like. We grew up outside, bro. It'd be 120. Don't
And we
come in the
out there
house
like
until
it
them
ain't
street
nothing
lights
with a
come
jacket
on.
on.
And I loved it, bro. I loved it. Because I couldn't be in my house all day long in my room just on my phone. Bro, that
On
would
the
drive me
game, these kids on the
crazy.
game. You can't get these kids to get off the game.
your mama told you to go outside back in the day. Get out and go outside. I'm tired of
Come
looking at
back in when the light be. Don't let that sunlight hit you.
Yep.
I'll be outside before them lights hit. Before them lights come on.
you.
That was a
Yeah,
good old days, man. That was a good old
we
days.
had fun. Now see,
Everybody
everybody
had
want to get
bikes.
a
Everybody
they
had
want to get a
bikes.
Charger, a Challenger. Now we used to have bikes with pegs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now they want a Charger and Challenger for their first time. They ain't even rode a
Right?
bike yet.
They want a Hellcat when they graduate now.
I mean,
And bro, I don't understand that. Like, okay, I'm 42, right? And that's my favorite car in the world. And I know I can go to a car lot and get one. My question is, how in the hell is these 17, 18 year olds getting these 60, 70, and
You
$80,000
hear me?
cars?
We didn't have no cars like that growing up.
because
We had a man. We had some old
Pintos,
cars.
you feel
cause
me?
they
Those Chevy
parents
Malibu,
getting them, or they out there hustling
Or
for
they want a Tesla.
they can keep that too, bro.
them.
Mm-mm.
They
I want something that I'm in control of all the time.
you go too far around the gas, you stuck with that Tesla. You run out of that charge.
And think about it, if you got a warrant. Think about it, if you got a warrant, the Tesla gonna take you right to the police station. You don't know where you going. That
I
Tesla
don't
taking
know.
you to the police station.
I don't know on Orange. They got any Tesla charging centers in Orange?
They do the Get and Go by Denny's. They
And
got one.
probably Walmart too. They probably should have one.
I don't know what Walmart got, but I know
No,
Get and Go at
Walmart
Denny's
don't
they
got. I
got
don't think
one.
they got that.
Okay.
I just came on. Yeah, but then it's way on 62. I'm talking about in the hood. You can't
Oh nah,
charge
they ain't
nothing.
got one in the hood.
Bro, yeah, you still got a Church's Chicken down there? Because I heard it closed down.
Nah, they gone. Well, I'm
They
not
was
down.
putting
I'm
the
in
chicken
Houston.
in the
It's
money.
gone.
You gotta go
Wow.
to
I
Bridge
thought
City to
that
go get
churches
chicken.
would never go nowhere, bro, because
You
that
gotta
was
go to
like the
Bridge City.
pillar of the hood.
You remember a lot of them churches closing down though. Even out here in Houston, some of them closing in certain areas.
Damn, I wouldn't have thought that, niggas. But
But
churches used to
Golden
be,
Chicken is the truth. I'm gonna promote Golden Chicken. They got some good, man. They
yeah,
got
but they too expensive, bro. Like, man,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah,
But see, I remember churches when somebody got killed in churches.
yeah,
The one in
yeah,
Orange, a
yeah,
long
I
time
remember that.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I say, it just like I don't know if you've been to Orange a while. I go every now and then. It's just going down there now. It ain't the same. It's
yeah.
like
For
you
me, like,
beg you want to get
I
out of there.
passed through. I just passed through now because like Orange, like, it's not the same for me anymore. Like when we grew up, it's different now. To me, you know, what I'm saying no offense to somebody that still live there, but to me, it's so hard to get the opportunity that you deserve, especially if
Yeah,
you're across the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, you have to travel. Because like me growing up, I was always wondering how come the hood never got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Simmons Drive got all of that. How come there's not Burger Kings and McDonald's and all that stuff back there? You literally got to go on the other side or 62 to get a decent meal. You see what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like that, I don't understand.
They taking away that now. They tearing down all oaks and all that down. A lot.
They tearing the Oaks down?
We can't hear you.
Somebody, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, you good, you good.
Somebody called me. Yeah, they tearing down the oaks and all that by Lamar. All them big old apartment buildings getting torn
Man,
down. Yeah, all that's
yeah,
being
man.
gone. They driving all the black people toward West Orange now.
Tell the wife I said what's up. She need to come up with this camera. Come talk to us.
You don't want to talk to me,
Don't be
man.
shy.
Oh no, she ain't shy. She just wasn't part of the conversation, so she don't know what we're talking about. But yeah,
While she over there throwing and breaking stuff over there.
she said whatever.
Miss Anderson.
But yeah, like I say, we all grow up. Everybody being young, you think certain ways. Now you're older, you have the opportunity to experience stuff. Get out of Orange from one and experience. It's a whole different world out here. I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna be
As
done in
long as you're
Orange.
not going up I-10 going down that Dallas Cowboys, as long as you stay from out there, everything gonna be all
Bro, please do not start. Please do not start with me, bro. Because I got time today.
But
right. We gonna get on that topic another day, cause trust me, I got time too.
Miss
But
Stacy,
I
anything
do
you
got
want?
one final question before I
Oh,
get
go
out
ahead,
of
go
here.
ahead.
That's something that's serious, okay? So, okay, Sean, so as you being a father, single father raising your daughter, what is the biggest fear that you have of being a parent?
To be flat honest, and
Yeah.
I've thought about that before, all the time. My daughter being just like me. I'm more afraid of my daughter going on. She's in middle school. I'm afraid of her being more too much like me than being more like herself. She's herself, but she's a clone of myself.
So, what did you need in order to be better? Like, where you lacked that? So, if you can see that in your daughter and you saw it in yourself, what could you do now to remedy that?
Listen, pay attention to her signs and listen to her more.
Okay. So, I really want you to think about that tonight. Like, once you lay down and you go to sleep, really put that, in your psyche that if you're already seeing it now, so you should go ahead and be already addressing it. So that way, as she gets older, you don't have to think about it. It's going to be a natural reaction. So, and I would say the same thing for me being a father. It's failing the child and saying, okay, well, because when we grew up, they put us out at 18. You feel me? You got to go. You got to go. I think as black, we need to stop that. We need to have our kids in the house for as long as possible, giving them every tool that they need to achieve what they need to be. So I would say for me, them heading off to college. That's when we should be handing them off out of the house. Because by that time, they'll have everything that they need, to succeed. And we got to stop putting them out at 18, 17, even when they hard headed. And we got to stop sparing the rod. We got to put them hands back on. And I think we
See,
would be so much better
that's the
in the
problem
world.
right there. Everybody wants to call CPS now. I'm gonna call CPS. They don't understand. Them white folks don't give a flying you know what about you. They will
Right.
take you and send you somewhere you will never see your parents again.
But think about that too. They've been calling them back since we was kids. What's the
I
difference?
threatened
We
to call my
still
mama
call their ass
PP
with us.
black and
As
blue.
soon as they would leave, guess what was happening? Oh, you want to call them people, huh?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got to stop being scared of the. We control the government. If
It's a
those are
different
your
time though.
kids, you
yeah,
feel what I'm saying? Those your kids. They can knock on their door all they want. But at the end of the day, you got to
Why
take
we
care of them
wrong?
kids.
my thing to answer like your question too with my kids.
Yeah.
I believe to give them more opportunity. Being from Orange, you didn't have the opportunity to grow because you was always like Orange like a big bowl. Nobody crabs in the bucket.
Yeah.
You can't let the next person get out. I want them to be able to experience, but like you say, be disciplined and instill that like, hey, you can go out there and do your thing, but you also gotta like say be a go getter too. Don't settle. Don't You don't have to settle for this and that. Go out and make your own. Do your own legacy. Don't worry about me, your mom, follow what we did. You gotta be better in growth.
What the drink? And to you, Miss Ma'am, same question.
Wow. Okay. For me, my my biggest thing right now is the fact that, I have a son.
Hmm.
So I'm a single mother, and oh, like knowing the value of knowing and understanding the value of a male figure being around my son, like constantly and consistently, like knowing the importance of that, and then knowing that there's a lack there. That is the biggest thing for me, that gets to me so much. That's my biggest fear, that he won't have that, because I'm only I can only be so much to him. I can't be a man for him. I can only teach him about certain things, but I cannot replicate what a man can do for my son and what a consistent man can do for my son. I don't have that type of energy. I'm not a man. I can't be both the mother and the father and it be sufficient. I know that and I understand that that's the reason why I can appreciate what a good male figure can bring to his life, right? So that's my biggest thing. As far as the solution for that, the only one thing that I know is that I can't allow that to push me towards a relationship that may not be healthy.
Right.
And then that can cause more harm than good. It can cause more damage because now he's around a male that isn't being helpful. It's not helpful. So I can try to act like brothers,
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
other
Yeah.
yeah, other male figures that I know that are good, to kind of step in whenever they can to kind of help out.
And mommy asking, do you have a church home?
I do.
So I mean, that's a great place to start because there is a lot that that we take for granted in our churches. There is a lot of good people there that you might be able to talk to somebody there maybe once a week, just having like a mentor program. And I think that
Mhm.
we need to do more of that. Just because like you said, you don't want to enter a relationship that that's not going to benefit you or your child. But we do have avenues that we can go, like you said, brothers, sisters, and even using the church. And like I said, I think that would be a great help too, especially for young men, because too, you getting a foundation with God, and then that they know that you're actively trying to make sure that they have everything that they need as far as mental stability. You know what I'm saying? That counseling, that tough love. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say, that's another good avenue to look at.
What about when you go to a church that has mostly older?
See, and that's exactly where we go. So I think that's the best one because you're going to get that old school value. They're not going to get it that first 6 months. They will have no clue because it's so out of their realm because they're older. But once one thing sets in, it's a wrap after that. Then they're going to get that old school mentality.
I said another thing used to be for me before I had kids. I didn't.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello. I don't know if you muted or not.
No, you're not muted. I think it's something went happening.
I don't know. You may have to drop down and come back. We can't hear you. But what was your question?
I can't hear nobody.
What was your question? He'll be right back. But what was the question? Because my daughter came in for a second. So what was the question?
My question
Yeah.
or
What was the
the
question?
general question?
The question that you asked her. What was your question? Because I didn't hear. I was muted.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what I was saying, I was just like, what I asked you, like, what was your biggest fear of being a father? And you kind of went down and remember like how I kind of said like, the things that you see and now that you used to see in yourself, how would you correct that? And everybody, had a different response. Like, as a
Right.
single mother, she was like, hey, like I don't have there's not like a whole pool of men that I trust to basically to raise up my child. So where do you fill in the holes? And I was like, okay, look into your churches, look into your brothers, your cousins, uncles, and then even being old school church members. Like they're some of the best because they're gonna get that old school feel, and then once it sticks on them, it's forever. And like I said, I was asking pretty much everybody the same question of like, the things that you see in your kids that you like, okay, how do I correct this? But you know that it's gonna take somebody else to help you do it.
Yeah,
I'll let you continue.
yeah. I mean,
start
you
saying.
right. Cause when I first had my kid, I wasn't trying to be the parent. I was trying to be the cool one because their mom was strict, and I was trying to be the cool. I let them get away, let them get a little cuss word, sneak the
Mm-hmm.
candy. And it just one day it got a little too out of control, and I was like, man, I got to switch this up. Hey, nah, cause I keep letting this go. They going to rent somewhere else. They don't need to go. Nah, come on
Mm-hmm.
now. I give them that. I don't got to whip them. I give them that look. They already know.
Yeah,
Like
especially
now,
from the
like
dad.
yeah, I'm gonna give you the world. What I can do. I'm not gonna go broke, and I'm not gonna go doing that just to give you that. But I'm gonna give you at least what you need. I'm gonna give you the tools.
Yeah,
Everything gonna be here. Them Jordans, them Gucci, and all that's not gonna get you too far.
mm, yeah,
You gotta
especially that
learn that
first time.
knowledge. That knowledge gonna get you where you gotta go. So that's why I say I had to learn that because I was trying to be a good dad. And oh, your mom can't tell me what to do. This is my house. You know, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
And
sometimes
then,
that can be counterproductive, because now they're gonna use you against each other.
yeah,
You know
that's
what
how it
I'm saying?
was. That's how it was. But like before I got interrupted, I was saying I didn't have a father, so I was like, man, I don't want no boys. I want girls.
Mm.
And then I got my girls. Now I want a boy. And it's like it's like I feel like I'm ready now. You know, at first I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready. So,
Yeah,
but like
because
I
now
said,
you
now
you doing that.
you gotta adapt. Like everything about adapt. You never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say you gotta pass that through because you never know when your day come and you gone. Your kids gonna remember. Hey, my daddy said this. My mom said this. You know, and they gonna remember that. My daddy told me to never let nobody play with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that's why you said start at home. You start with single first, learn how to cook clean on your own. So
Mm-hmm.
when you get with somebody, it did like the only thing I do when I had my last relationship, the only thing I did that I learned, if I cook stuff in the crock pot or got a lid on it, I throw it in the ice box when I get done.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't raised like that. They told her, hey, go grab a container, put it in the container, wash the dish, put it up. I would just throw it in the ice box.
Yeah, and I ain't
Now
gonna.
it's something
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, now it's something I keep now. Like, okay, let me put this in the container. You know, so
yeah.
you
Because
learn
as
from
a
everything.
man, we're different. I ain't gonna lie. My wife gets on me all the time because, like, okay, I love to cook, but I procrastinate on doing the dishes. And my wife, like, I don't know if you can hear her right now. She's doing the dishes, right? And I don't mind doing the dishes. It's just I take my time doing. Like my wife, when she cooks, like I have never saw this before. I think this might just be just instilled in a woman. As she cooks, she cleans at the same time. Okay,
Well,
so
nah, I do
the
that too,
kitchen,
man.
the kitchen is clean, the meal is done, and like I'm sitting there beside myself, like how the hell do you do that? Because when
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question doing that. How long you been married, T?
I'm going 11 years.
Okay, what is the one thing I've been knowing you? I'm obviously about all my life too. What
Yeah,
is
you've been
one
doing it
thing
since day
you say
one.
about being married that makes you feel that you will never be single? But let me go here. What
Okay.
is one thing when you was dating her? How did you know that she was the one for you? How do you know? Like okay, you know what? I can look at her. That's
He
the
ain't
one.
had no
That's
choice.
the one.
At the end of the
No,
day,
okay. Well, you were there. Like we were together when I met my wife.
I was.
So for me, it was like as soon as I saw her. I don't know if you ever saw what was that? It's some kind of children's movie. And he's like, you get that zing, and you just zinged. And for me, as soon as I saw her, I knew it wasn't no doubt. Because like I was a player. Like I said, I had my little black book. I slews of I could get into stuff. But when I saw her the next day, I literally threw my black book away. Literally threw it away, and I told myself, like, I remember shutting in the car. I was like, I'm gonna marry her.
You
And
did say that. I
you was
remember
like,
that.
nah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
but
out here
I
a while.
knew.
Now, I didn't believe you, bro. That's why I
Yeah.
asked you. Like, no, for the longest, we always out there a while. But what, like I said, how did she know that you was? That's the thing. You may know she was the one, but how did she know? Like, okay, I can tolerate this man because
Well,
women these days,
it for her it took time. Okay, so for me, I knew, but for my wife, I think it took an additional year before she knew.
did she
Like
tell
she
you
was
no
cool
when y'all was
because
dating? Did she tell you no? Like, nah, y'all just gonna be friends for a while, or
no, never that because like our service set is completely different because like my wife, she is my best friend and she funny. So basically, like we was kicking and everything, and like I was a little bit of a bugaboo because like I would drive down, from Austin to come see her and everything else. I'm on the phone calling, and on her end, she like, damn, this thing is getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, because she was. Right. So and
Tell her come over here,
she
quit out that talking. Tell her to come over here, come share the story.
nah,
Don't be quit hiding from the camera. Come over here today. You ain't ugly. Come on
nah,
to the
but
camera.
nah, she ain't gonna do it. But it was just we had to find common ground. And
Okay.
once we found that common ground of like of how we felt, we both had to put our emotions on the table. Hey, what do you want? And she like, okay, what do you, and it had to be real. It couldn't be no BS in the middle, like, I just want to stroke. Or, what I'm saying, it couldn't be none of that superficial BS. So once we found common ground, and she like, okay, I want this in life, I want this in life, and we just kind of synced up and it matched. And we've been rocking ever since.
So what I hear is consistency and communication between the both of you.
Exactly.
So y'all was friends before y'all was really just like on that level.
Basically, and then I ain't gonna lie to you, like I didn't know until later on. Like she broke up with me one time, like, and it wasn't even her; it was her best friend that broke up with me.
It's
So,
always the friend that ain't got nobody. It's
and,
always the friend who ain't got nobody.
and then we went a year, bro, without talking, communication. I mean, absolutely nothing. And then one day, I kid you not, Christmas Day, she called me, and we've been rocking ever since that day.
I DJ'd your wedding. I think. Yeah, I think I did DJ your wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you did. But what I would
Mhm.
tell you on that, like if you got the biggest question of how do you find your soulmate, stop looking.
I told didn't I tell you that, Sean? Just like me,
I'm
I
gonna take
don't
the
look.
drink on
I
that.
don't look for nothing, man. I do me. You can't when
Yeah,
you want
because yeah,
something. I know that you can't look for it. That's
yeah.
just like right now.
Okay, hold on, Jasmine. I'm asking you the same question. You've been married before, so how did you know? I'm not gonna say her name, but
You
how
can
did
say
you
it.
know that she was the one?
Okay, okay. Me and her met. Me, I like challenges. I'm a challenge dude. So when I met her, it was a challenge, and I'm geared up for it. Only reason we didn't last because we both were still young and we both Leos. We both want to be dominant. It's not gonna work. I was in my old traditional way. I wanted her to sit her ass at home while I went made the money, take care of the house, and that's not what she wanted to do.
Mm,
And that's how I was raised because I was still raised with around older people and women. That's why I say he talking about his wife cooks and cleans. I do the same thing because my grandma and them did that. They taught me how to do that. So
hmm.
I cooks and clean as I go. Cause when I get done, and I eat while I go, so damn when I get done, I don't want to eat because I done ate and tasted, ate and tasted, ate and tasted, and made sure it was good.
Oh, so you clean as you cook as well.
Yeah, because I was raised with my grandmother, so that I raised around women. I didn't have no men around me, so that's why I got that women type. That's why I can sense when a woman on her cycle. I can do this because I was raised around there. I know the mood swing. But like I say, now am I ready for a marriage? Now, yes. Only thing now is just I had to start over moving to Houston after my mom died. So
I'm
now
sorry
I'm
to hear
getting
that.
everything. Yeah, yeah. My mom and grandma died, so now I'm starting over. And then, then I had that bad wreck on top of that. So now it's like I'm getting back. I ain't doing bad. I'm doing
Right,
great,
right.
like I feel, but I'm out here in Houston with nobody. I don't got no family. Everybody back in Orange. My kids still in Orange for the time being. Sean, my other homeboy, the extended family that took me in, they still in Orange. So that's the only reason why I go. Other than that, I'm here by myself. Why you think I work? And why we
Mm.
saying, Sean, I would love to sit at home, play the game, do this, do that, do that. But hey, I got to get out here and work. So I only took off Sunday, and I already got like a 4 in the morning job to start. Like, so
Wow.
that's why, and I'm working all the way until next the 15th.
Yeah,
You
I know
know,
you don't mind getting out there and going get it and get it and get it.
nah, I'm gonna work because I ain't got nothing better. Might well make the money. If you want me to just sit here look at myself crazy, I might well go out there and work.
But my question to you was, you still ain't really just answered the question. How did you know she was the one at the time?
Well,
Like, how did you just know that?
well, like I say,
Y'all friends first?
it was a challenge. She funny. She didn't act her age. She acted older than what she was,
That's
and
because how
she
she was raised. If you talk about the same person, I'm thinking
yeah,
about.
yeah, 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 yeah. And she didn't treat me, and she didn't look at me like everybody else. She didn't treat me like, oh, maybe he got money because he dressed nice, or he's funny, or he's smart. He do this. She treated me like a normal person, and that was me. Like Small things go a long way with me. Like I told you, man, how me and you really, really got cool. Hey, I run in my car, I needed a jump. I call you, you got out in the middle of the night. Hey, ever since then, we been rocking. You call me, you need something, I'm there. And that's how I am. I'm simple. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was with her. Simple things go a long way. And when she tried to make time for me, and I noticed that, hey, that's me.
Mm.
Now you feel that. You get a feeling. As a man, you get a feeling. Women do
Mhm.
too, but a man, no. You
Okay,
get a feeling.
let me ask you this: can you be friends with a person that you like, but she don't know how much how far you would go at the end of the earth for that person? Now, what do you do when you in a situation? I'm speaking not for myself. I'm
Okay.
asking a general question. What do you do if you like somebody
Mhm.
and they know you like them too, but they stick you in that safety? I call it a safety net, the friend zone. Are they trying to figure something out? Or are you just like,
Well, you've already said it. If you're put in a friend zone, then that's exactly what it is. It's a friend zone. Because if it was going to be more, it would have been stipulated from the start. Like, okay, man, I like you a little bit more as a friend. But if they go ahead and they stick you and you know you in the friend zone, that's what it is. There's
oh, it is
usually
no, it is no trying to let me dig into you a little bit longer. Let me be cool with no. That this is the question that I'm not gonna say the woman's name because I think, but I'm she say she said this to me. Y'all want y'all to answer this question truthfully and honestly.
okay.
Is there really such thing as a close female friend, almost like a relationship?
Yeah, I got two of them.
That you're just friends, but you act like you're in a relationship.
No,
Basically, it has all the relationship qualities as a friend. Like she'll be there for you, she'll comfort you, but the only thing that's not there, I'm gonna say the sex element and the love element.
well that's just like having a homeboy.
Right, that's friend zone.
Yeah, I mean,
And
like I told you, I
okay,
got
I'm
two. I
listening.
got two homegirls I've been knowing since high school, and I never did nothing with them. They call, they need something, I'm there. They talk about their boyfriend, they stuff, and I talk about mine with them. And hell, I done probably seen them naked and everything under the summer. We don't look at each other like that, you
Right,
know.
right.
Hey, I'm sitting on the phone with her while she trying on bras and pants. I mean, that's my thing. But
Okay, now this is the
go
question
ahead.
I got for you guys. Do you think that you can have a platonic relationship with a woman and not think about sex?
Oh yeah, I can now. Back then, no, it was all
Okay.
that was all. But now, as I got older, sex don't turn me on. Here, pay a bill or something, sweetheart. Cause you know what I'm
Right,
saying. Cook,
right.
cook, cook a meal. Cause you can get sex anywhere. Here, I can hit a cash app and get sex if I
I'm gonna tell
want
you
to.
right now. For me, if a woman, I mean, again, if I'm dating somebody and I come back and I come to the house and I smell food, that turn me on, baby. You that turn me on. You can have breast, titties, all of that. That don't move me because I'm older now. That don't move me. But if you in there and I'm coming to the door and it smell good, I'm about to give you some good.
Yeah, but one thing with me, I always been the person. I never really came on to a female and told her I wanted to have sex with her or nothing. It always been the female. After a while, some female like you scared. You was scared. Like no, that's just not me. If you want to give it, you give it. If not, that's an extra bonus for me. That's something
But what
precious to
happens
you.
after that though? That's the thing. Whatever you cool with that person, and
But you got you got
let's
you
say
got to
let's
know
say
what
it
that
happens.
lady like. That lady might
Right.
only want you to give her something, leave her alone. That might be y'all relationship. She
Hmm.
might, you know what I'm saying, and then she know you ain't gonna tell nobody. You ain't gonna bug her. You ain't gonna mess with her. You see with another dude. She might call you right now. Hey, can I come through and get a sample? You gonna give it to her. I mean, that you got to know your place.
Right.
Just like you trying to be a friend, she might friend zone you now, but you never know by you doing stuff with her, being on time and going to stuff. You might end up getting in that spot. You gotta wait your turn. Everybody have a season. Everybody,
Hmm.
like he should know with church. Everybody got a season. You might have been up. You got money in your hand. You feel like you on top of the world. Now you feel like you broke. You don't know where the next money coming from. Everybody had their own season.
Well,
So you gotta.
you can feel like, hey, for instance, I'm pretty sure all y'all can testify to this. You have a
Hmm.
house, you have a car, you have everything you feel like you can offer a person, and like you feel like what are you lacking? Like it goes back to like what you if you it makes you feel like you're lacking something as a man.
But
It
no, they got to be
Mhm.
attracted to you. You can have the money, the house, the car, the biggest thing in the world, the longest tongue, and she not attracted to you,
yeah,
or
yeah.
her priorities right now come first. So she might have a child or two. Her child or two is first.
And I don't think it's about material things at all.
Yeah,
It's just to be
Oh, I
about
doubt that. I doubt
the
that.
person that you are. Like you can have cars, clothes, jewelry, all that. They got some women that'll walk right past it like it ain't nothing.
yeah,
But I've saw bums pull some of the baddest women in the world, and
yeah,
without having nothing. But what they do have, they got a mouthpiece. You feel what I'm
yeah.
saying? So what I would say to single men is like, don't go looking for it. Like you know what you're interested in. Like you're at that age now to where you know what you want, you know how you want it. So my thing is that now you're looking for somebody that has those same aspirations that you do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think you should be out in the clubs looking for it, in church looking for it. It's gonna come to you. Like you could walk in Kroger's and find your soulmate. So you have to be able to determine like, okay, what do you want in your life, and you should be passionate about what you're doing, and like and how you moving in the world. Somebody's moving that same exact way, and eventually you're gonna bump into them.
And T, you can help me out with this one.
Yeah.
And a female told me this. You gotta have yourself. You keep yourself together as a man, as a person.
Mhm.
No matter what you do, if you dress good, when you feel good, you dress good, look good. Somebody see it. Don't worry about how they look at you. Keep yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna come to you. That's why I say don't worry about what somebody else care about you. You got like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be like that in school. I like, man, I gotta wear a certain clothes, I gotta get there, I gotta get there. Them girls gonna love me, them dudes gonna be all on me. Now I don't give a damn. I go out here with some Dr. Show shoes on if I feel like it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
creased
yeah.
up, I'm gonna be creased up and I'm gonna have a nice hair, I'm gonna smell good.
And that's the biggest thing. And my thing is, don't be scared of rejection, because eventually, if you get 50 no's, all you need is one yes. And the
Turn your
thing is,
Mhm.
life around.
if you never get, because what if God got you to where you got to get to those 50 no's, and on that 51 try, you find your soulmate, but you stop at 21. You see what I'm saying? So
And
you
then
never fulfill your destiny to find your soulmate because you don't want to hear that no or not right now. You know what I'm saying?
also the other one is if you do have relationships like me and you get in there and you do your thing, if they don't last, you gotta take something out that relationship.
Well,
Everything don't last. Even with my marriage, I know where we went wrong. We young, we dominant, two Leos, we overtalk each other, wasn't listening. I was doing that. I mean, it happened. I was young. Hey, I just wanted, what I'm saying? Now, oh yeah, I'm ready, but I'm not finna settle for no bull corn.
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad.
got
I'm
two.
glad
I
you.
got
I'm glad you
yeah.
brought that up. And you said about your relationship. If you could do it all over again, what would you do different with your baby mama? If what would you do differently to still be with her to this day? And I'm gonna start for myself. My baby mama, she's sweet, she funny, she cool, but I guess it's our upbringing that spreads us apart. Now she know me better than I know myself. Sometimes I'm gonna give her credit where credit is due, but I don't think we could be together for the reason being that it's two different worlds for us. If we
Okay.
just we're too different, if that makes sense,
Yeah. I mean,
But,
with
but why
mine,
should that
it
be a
just
bad thing?
huh?
Why should that be a bad thing that you're both different? Because sometimes two opposites can attract.
True, but like you said earlier, both people want to be dominant. Nobody
Okay.
wants to step down. Now
hey,
it's been times she have stepped down. And it's been times I stepped down. It's been times that she took my side where she shouldn't have took my side. But the point I'm making is
Hmm.
that's the type of relationship I want, a give and take, somebody that's just funny, and you just find common ground with each other. It don't take much. But nowadays,
T,
now like you say, nobody, like my homeboy Jasmine was saying, nobody wants to start from the ground up anymore. Everybody want it their way. Well, if he don't got this quality, I'm just gonna miss. You don't know that could be your blessing than a lesson.
hey,
Right.
T, I
But
told
my thing is, you should even be in that pool. Because if,
Yeah.
if if that's the way of thinking, then that's the pool you should be walking past. Because guess what? They've already prejudged, and sometimes you're missing your blessing. Just like what you're finna say, you're missing your blessing. So sometimes you gotta walk past it and say, okay, I might have to walk an extra 15 steps to get to what I want. Instead of, because what happens is you start getting to where it's a placism. Okay, if I stay in this place, I'm gonna attract this type of girl. If I do this, I'm gonna attract this type of woman. But your way of thinking is like, okay, where am I gonna get my peace? Like your peace of
Mm,
mind. Like you want to be peaceful in anything that you're in. So if you find somebody, you want to be at peace. So when you do find somebody, make sure your first element is that you are at peace, because then everything else will roll, because you can have communication and everything. But if you have no peace, the only thing you're gonna have is chaos.
mm.
Yeah. See, I told him he was running from his baby mama. Just because y'all different, y'all like stuff, don't run from it. Sometimes you gotta embrace that. It might be the best thing you ever know. You just gotta run from it. I just know with mine, well, we went wrong. We were both dominant, over talk, being young. I wanted my way that way. I wanted her to keep doing the old school way of bringing up, and it wasn't working. So yeah, I mean, now should I go back? Yes. Do I want to go back? Only reason I would like to go back to being in the house with my kids, but other than that, right now we are really best friends. I can call her now and she'll answer the phone. Like back then we was arguing. I don't like to do that in front of my kids. So
Yeah.
now we good now. If she needs something, she call. If I need something, she got it. If she needs something, I got it. But other than that,
How do
shit,
you
we
feel
take.
about this? I'm gonna let the lady speak of the house. I want to hear her some of her feedback on this.
My feedback is that I'm glad that I am no longer in that relationship, and I do not want to go back to that relationship. Would not want to work that out because of the person. I was wanting them. I was actually with them for their potential, and I saw more in them than what they were willing to bring out for themselves at the time.
Mm.
So because of that, um, I stayed in it and stayed in it and stayed in it longer than I should have, and
Was you hoping for
it
change?
just yeah. That's the thing. Like I was hoping I could see the best in him, and so I was hoping that he would reach his potential, of course, on his own time, but at least being able to see incremental
Make the
changes,
effort. Make the effort.
some changes, at least a little. I should be able to see some effort towards. I should be able to see some effort in this direction, that direction, whatever, towards what I see you to be, or who I see you can be. And it was never any movement toward that direction. And anything that I did see was kind of like a facade. It wasn't real.
So he sold you
And
a field of dreams.
what's that?
So that person sold you no, well you saw more potential in that person, but it didn't come out that way.
It didn't materialize.
Right, into something
It didn't
more.
materialize.
Right. That's the
Um,
best way to put it.
yeah,
Because I
it didn't
believe a person
materialize.
is going to show you exactly who they are. Within the
Yes.
first 30 days, a person is going to show you exactly who they are.
But in
And
in
my
due
thing is
time,
that you have to believe them. You feel me?
Right.
Half
That's
the
the
time we
thing.
don't believe them.
I didn't. I
In this
didn't. I
day and time,
wanted to
everybody
see
finesse.
more.
Everybody finesses nowadays. Now that's not a good thing. That's for men and women. Some men finesse and some women finesse their way into a relationship, and then by the time, like he just said, you looking at it, you like, wow, like you was nothing like you said that you are.
I can't blame him. I can't like point the finger at him. Like that's something that I had to learn about myself, because if you don't, you're gonna go into another relationship and repeat the same thing. Right?
But
So
you
that's
gave
something that I
yourself
had to
a
learn.
chance.
I'm just like, okay, I can't date men for their potential. I have to see them for who they are now and say, okay, is this something that I will be happy with long term if it doesn't change, like ever?
But
Because
you gave them
that's a
the
possibility.
potential of benefit of a doubt. You gave that chance of the benefit of a doubt that that person would be what you thought they could be.
And then
I
plus,
did, but it's not his fault. That I have to take responsibility for that as well. Like it's partially him, but it's also partially me.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, Jasmine. You had your hand up. Go ahead. You had your
No,
hand
I need. No, I didn't. Somebody was texting me, man.
up. Oh, what you got to say on that?
No, I mean, really, what I was gonna say on that is just that basically that sometimes we got to give people tough love. One thing that I like about my wife, like she gives me tough love. Like sometimes I don't want to hear it about myself, but
Mm,
she tells me in a way like that I can get it. I might not like the delivery, but the message was received. You know what I mean? Because like as a man, we gotta be checked too. Because like we like to check our women, we like to be have everything tied up in a nice knot. And sometimes we need our knot untied and retied so that way we can be better. Because if we don't branch out and become, the best part of ourselves, then we're gonna stay at that same level that we came into the relationship at. And I think like, like I know as our church tells like, that iron sharpens iron. And that, most of the time that men sharpen men, but I think that women sharpen men more because they're
mm,
not afraid to tell us our flaws. And I think as a man, we need to do the same thing with women. We need to go ahead and tell them their flaws so that way that they can correct themselves for themselves.
mm. Okay. So basically, you saying you're not gonna go to sleep. Y'all, you and your wife is not gonna go to sleep mad at each other. I don't believe in going to bed
Oh, no, no, no,
mad
no,
at each
no,
other.
no, no. That is cliche-ish.
that's
Sometimes
not
you
what
are
he
going
said.
to go to mad. You're going to go to bed mad at each other. That is a lie and a half. Now you don't want it to be, but it's going to happen
So you and your
eventually.
woman having a disagreement. You saying you can still go to bed mad at your woman and wake up the next day, hey baby.
Like
And
ain't
sleep like a
like ain't
baby.
nothing never happened.
And
Because
sleep like a baby.
sometimes you need that to you gotta, they call it self-soothing. Because as a child, I don't know if like y'all kids, have you ever let your child just cry like when they were younger and you were like, you know what, they crying for no reason, let them self-soothe. And as a grown person, you got to be able to do the same thing. You got to self-soothe because sometimes we don't know how to express ourselves without either being physical or being upset, being mad, being grumpy, and we don't mean none of that stuff. So sometimes you gotta shut down, self-process, and then come back to it in the morning.
And I'm still gonna rub my feet on you, tell you, get your butt over here, let me hold you. And you better not get out this bed when in the middle of the night either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I said, because I hate when people say that, like, don't go to sleep, man. Like, how can you prevent that? Like, if your old lady is mad, ain't nothing that you can do except for apologize. If you want to be mad the whole night, how can you be like, how can you tell her, well, baby,
Well,
don't be mad?
if one thing we learned about women, when women mad at you until they feel until they ready to let that guard back down, you in the doghouse until they
No,
feel until they
no.
deem it
The only thing
otherwise.
I can say is talk about it best you can. And once you get it off your chest, you get off her chest, you gotta let it go.
Mm-hmm. And then
You can make
sometimes like I know we've had fuss and fights, and sometimes we don't even talk about it. We just can give each other that look like we passed it, we good. Let's
It was
keep moving.
petty.
Hmm. Because sometimes like being in a relationship, you get petty sometimes. Like if you having a bad day, I've come home and did some petty stuff for no reason, just to be petty.
That
And I
runs
think
in our
that
family.
I
I hate
think
to
that
say that.
everybody does that
it
in
ain't
some
just
way, shape, or form. You be petty about something. Oh, I don't like the way you wash some dishes, or I don't like there's certain stuff that you could be so petty about that. And I told my wife, this is my little saying right here. If it's not going to matter tomorrow, why am I going to fuss about it today?
Mm. That
And that's how
marriage has
we
done
live.
something to you because you wasn't always like this. You
No, it
wasn't
took
always
growth.
like this.
It took
yeah.
growth, bro.
That ain't the
It took
marriage. That
growth.
just grows, man. You gotta be able to do that before marriage. So when you come in, you ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I wasn't this far. My wife has got me this far. Like I have to give her that credit because, like, she broke me down in my brake pass, bro, and I had to build myself back up. And I'm like, God damn, like I got all of those
A good
flaws.
woman would do that to you. See,
It,
I
it,
don't know
it,
nothing about that.
and that's the whole
We
point. A
know.
good woman,
Oh, y'all,
because
y'all used to do me like that. Y'all didn't do me like that.
My bad. I thought my mic was off. My bad.
Hey, but I'm being real though. At the end of the day, a good woman would do that. That's why it goes back to what if you're not gonna date a woman that you don't believe that can help you elevate yourself.
But
I mean,
also
and
your
my thing
friend,
is,
also your
why would you
friend can
not?
elevate you. Your
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend can elevate you. She might be getting you prepared for the woman that you might need to be with.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm,
got to learn from her to not make the mistakes that you were gonna make with her on the next woman or the next man. Who you know what I'm saying, vice versa.
mm.
And as a
Anything
man,
you like to add to
sometimes
this?
We got to take open criticism. Like as a man, that is the hardest thing for a man to take is criticism.
Facts.
We got to
Facts.
get past that because if we allow ourselves to listen, we would solve a lot of our problems by ourselves.
It ain't just listening. It's also comprehending. I tell Sean all the time when we on the, like we talking right now, we on the phone. Sean listen. Sean know he get off that phone. It's a whole different person. So
Oh
he
man.
know like he know how it goes. I'll be like Sean, make sure you cook some food tomorrow. All right. He'll send me. You know he gonna post on the Snapchat. He done got some wings. He didn't got this. So and then he know I'm finna call him. He know I'm finna call him.
Again, hold on though. If you're gonna put me out there and if you're gonna throw me under the bus, at least let me explain myself. I do it because I'm a single man. When my daughter's here, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for her. But when I'm by myself and it's just me, I don't have to do all of that. Now, if I'm dating somebody and I know I'm gonna get into the room and start dating this woman, I'm gonna get into that mode. Okay, look, I'm dating somebody. She got a son. I got to make
Hey,
sure I do X, Y, and Z.
hey,
I'm gonna prepare myself.
what your cousin said? You gotta do all that before you get with somebody.
Mhm.
You cooking wings and only eat wings. When you meet somebody, you gonna cook wings. They're gonna be like, where the rest of it at?
No. I just said that's for me. That's for me by myself. But
I
if
know,
I'm
but
dating somebody, I'm gonna give them the best. I want her to see the best in me. I'm gonna give it my 110%.
Matter of fact, I got a question for you, Sean. This is an oddball question that's coming out of left field, but God just asked me that He wanted me to ask you this.
Oh Lord.
So, so this woman that you're looking for, your soulmate, where is the first place that you go to find it? And think about it for a second before you respond.
Okay, repeat
Like,
the question one more time.
okay, so let's say you're looking for your soulmate.
Hmm.
Okay, where would your first place? Where would you go? Let's say if you were jumping into that pool, where would you go to find that woman? Like, what would be your spot? You say, okay, this is where I can find a good woman.
Okay,
he go,
well,
he going to Wingstop.
hold on. No, I didn't say that. No. Um, this was at I'm gonna say at my church. I'm gonna say at my church, and the reason I say that there's an individual there. When I first saw her, I knew she was out of my category. But me being the man that I am, I went over to her and I said I just shot it out the window. I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, it's gonna happen. I went to her
Mm,
and I asked her, I said, are you married? And I asked her, was she single? She said she was.
Hmm.
So, me and her are good friends to this day, but she is everything that my mother and my grandmother said. That's it. That's that's it.
but
And
back
me
to
and her
the
are friends, but it's more me trying to understand what this whole friendship is because I've never had a female. Well, take that back. I would say my baby mama, we good friends. I would say we're good friends, but for what she says she wanted to be, I'm kind of confused in the mind because when I look at her, like you said, you feel it in your gut. I
Hmm.
know that this woman that I'm talking about, she has everything you could ask for. Everything. A good
mm,
family, a good upbringing. She can cook. She's smart. She's intelligent, and more overall, she see me for me, and she know. Well,
mm.
she don't know everything about me, but she knows enough.
Oh, she cooks.
She can cook. I believe she can cook. Yes, I'm gonna go on a limb and say she can cook.
Mm.
Okay, so the next question is, why do you don't think that it materialized?
Be, in my opinion, my opinion on my thought, my
Uh,
opinion thought.
yeah,
We want
either
we want
or. I'm
the
cool with
truth.
either or.
Okay, why it has not materialized yet? Okay, I'm gonna say because she haven't looked at me. She haven't looked into me. She haven't sat back and really thought about it in her own self. In my opinion, she has not sat back and processed me as the person that I know I could be to
Mm.
to her. More benefit than anything. So I don't think she's really sat back and really just analyzed me like that. In my opinion,
Okay. So, do you think she's interested?
I'm gonna say half and half. I'm gonna say half and half. And the reason I say half and half because don't no woman invest in no person and waste no because one thing we can't get back is time. So ain't no
Mhm.
way a person would invest time, energy, and effort into a person without potentially seeing something that could materialize into something even greater.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my question: have you asked this woman if she ready to date now? Is she hurt? You know, is she ready? Like, stuff like that. You might like her, she might not like you like that, or she might not be ready for a relationship.
And that's what I don't understand. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put it out there. That's one of the reasons why I'm still talking to that individual because I don't know that. I want to keep going down the road that I'm traveling because at the end result, I can see what I can have at the end of the day. I can have everything that I have that I prayed for, that I've asked for. I see some of my friends and family be like, you should leave this woman alone because if she's already not giving you that indication, why are you wasting your time? But it's not about them. It's what like you said earlier, Terrence, it's what you see, what you
Mhm.
feel, and what you can see in that person that she can't see. She
Okay.
just don't know it. But
Mm,
I think when she does recognize it, it's gonna be worth every penny.
mm,
All the
mm.
time and energy would be worth everything. It would be worth it.
Okay. Now, with that, I would just have to say is you would have to keep your heart guarded because it sounds like that you're the giver. You want to give all of yourself. And what it sounds like, if a person is interested, like you are going to know. You're not going to have to think about it. You're not going to have to evaluate it. You're going to know there's chemistry. So I would say for you is I would be direct. I would stop just, excuse my language, pussyfooting along and just, hey, excuse me, I'm really attracted to you. I would love to take you out on a dinner. And just see where now if he's flat out like no, I can't do it, then you know exactly. Like it's a friend zone. But you got to be direct to get to that line because you don't want to spend 3 years doing the same thing because like basically like it would be a persona. You're showing something and it's not fake, but it's also not real. You see what I'm saying? So I would say for you being direct, go straight to the source. Hey, I'm feeling you. Can I take you to Wingstop? You feel what I'm saying? Like just you know what
I
I'm
keep bringing up Wingstop. It's all good. It's all good. It's all love. But but what if you have told that woman some of that and you have not got you haven't really just got that response that says that she don't, but you also ain't got that reply that she do. You can't sway it either way.
so
I mean,
that means that
I'll
you
put
need
it
to be
this way.
walking another
Put it this
direction.
way. Hold on. Let me give you more of a clear answer. Maybe you can help me.
Okay.
We hung out together,
Well,
chilled together. When I mean like she how do I describe her without really just describing her?
Mm.
She's a model woman. She's a modern day woman of what a woman's supposed to be.
hmm
Not saying my baby mama's not. She cool and everything. She cool. No, no mad respect to her of doing her thing. But she got a boyfriend. She got a man. She happy at the end of the day. I'm trying to
Mm,
get happy. So
mm,
right. So my
she
thing is, and that's
she's
what
a
I
classy
want for you to
woman,
be happy.
huh?
That's exactly what I want for you to be happy. But I think what you're doing now is like you're a good guy, but you're passive. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're scared to take a risk. Sometimes you're scared to get that
Well,
no.
wait a minute. That's the whole reason I went because she's out of my class.
No,
But
no,
she
no, no, no.
but she
You should
also
never
gave me
say that
the
as
time
a
of day.
man.
She
You
also
should
gave me the
never
time
say
of
that
day.
because God has ordained you to be a man of the earth. So nothing's out of your class. So don't even speak that into the atmosphere because now you're taking that away from yourself. Oh, she's out of my class. Now
But come on,
you
T. Think
you
before you
but,
met your wife,
but
some of
wait,
those
but
women
wait,
was out
hold
your
on,
class.
but let me bust it down for you. I don't think that any woman will be out of your class. I think that you're psyching yourself out and saying, okay, she's out of my class. So you've already putting a barrier up already against yourself. When you need to remove that barrier, it's like, I could be that man. I
Hmm,
am that man.
hmm.
Instead of, you're telling, well, she's kind of out of my league. I'm like, no, no, you're that dude. Like, I'm that one. And that's how you got to portray yourself. I'm that one. I'm that one that you're missing. But if you keep telling yourself that, it's gonna be hard for you to find somebody because you're gonna feel inadequate. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
mm,
Okay.
mm.
Anything you'd like to add to this? I mean, I know you're listening in the corner, but I mean, you can give your feedback at any time of that you feel.
I actually had a separate question that is somewhat related, but not entirely. It's just I had a different question. So I was letting y'all talk that out. I
But
was
now,
letting y'all
you
talk
know,
that out. But to his point, um the type basically the type of woman that you would kind of want to that I would like encourage my brother, like my twin brother, like what I would, because he's in the same boat, but I would encourage him to like look for would be a woman that is clear in her intent, whether it be one way or the other. If a woman is interested, and even if she's shy, is still gonna be she's still gonna let it be known that hey, there is interest there in that regard beyond friendship. It's gonna be known. So even if she's not coming out and like jumping all over you, it's still gonna be something that's known. If that isn't something that you can pull out of her to some extent to where you can definitively say, hey, this woman is interested in me. If you can't pull that out even with a little bit of help, then that's not what you're looking for. Then you need to continue to, look elsewhere. And it's nothing against the other person or against you. It's just you want to have clarity. And if you don't have clarity, you need to go elsewhere. Clarity is your friend. Embrace clarity. Okay. You don't want confusion. If it's confusion, do something else.
Let me ask you this question: is it possible? Well, okay, you're a woman at the end of the day. You can answer this clear as day. Can a woman be friends with a man, and if she's trying to break down this man to see what this really man is about before she take a chance on him, or can a woman be like, I'm gonna be friends with him, but I'm gonna figure him out for a little. Let me be friends and let me figure him out. Is that a possibility that a woman could be doing that, or that's not a possibility this day and time for a woman to be friends and you hanging with her, you chilling with them, and when you're around each other, it's cool. Everything just rolls like it's supposed to roll.
Me personally, everyone's not built the same. Some people do not want to have platonic friendships, nor do they believe that they even exist. Me personally, I have platonic friendships that I've been friends with someone with another male well over 15 years, and we've been there for each other through thick, through thin, through like deep depression stuff, and like really been there for each other, and it's really been platonic. And without like with this person is amazing to me. I don't view that as a waste of time at all. This is my friend. Like I care about this person. I love this person. And this person is engaged to be married and has a baby. That doesn't change anything for me as far as how I feel about that person. I even let their fiance knows about our friendship, of course, because it's what it is. It's platonic and it's real. That's me personally. Some people can roll like that and others can't. So me personally, I do believe in platonic friendships that can really be long lasting and be genuine. So
I know. What was your question, ma'am?
my question was like, okay, so both of you guys have been married. Well, yes, one still married. And so it's just like I always hear that it doesn't take long for men to know when they want to like actually marry the person that they're like with talking to, even if it doesn't happen right away. Like it's something in them, from what I've heard, something in you that's just like, oh yeah, I want to marry this person, and it doesn't take long. So I want to know like how true is that statement, or how true has it been for the two of you?
Okay, for me, I would definitely have to say, for me, it was pretty fast. I proposed within 6 months of us being together, and ready was ready to roll. I was ready to get married the next day. So for me, it was quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I already knew from day one, like I told Sean, I was like, I'm gonna marry her. Like I knew within the first when as soon as I saw her, she everything in me lit up like a Christmas tree. So it was like, okay, I know there's no guessing that I don't have to ask nobody. I don't have to think about it. I know. So now it's like, okay, what do I have to do to show her like I'm that this is real? You know, that because like most like my mom when it was telling me like, man, 6 months, like you don't even know a person in 6 months.
I even told you some stuff, but you know, yeah, yeah. I thought you was crazy out your mind. I thought she had. I'm just gonna say, I thought she had you PUSSI whooped. I thought she had you whooped.
No, but I'm not gonna say that that didn't play a role, but before we even got to that part, it was like it was a conversation that we had prior to. Like I was real with her. I was like, "Hey, this is what I want in life. This is where I'm trying to go." And then she told me the same thing of what her aspirations was, what she wanted, and it fit. So for me, it was like I can't lose. But I got buddies of mine that they didn't been with somebody for 5 6 years and still ain't popped the question. And basically, what they tell me is like, I'm waiting on the right time, or for me, like just being 1,000%, just I'm gonna keep it 100. Most of the time, like when a man doesn't propose like early, that means he has other options. That he's sifting through other options before he's like, okay, I'm gonna settle down here. So he's kind of sifting through his options until he doesn't have an option anymore, or somebody gives him an ultimatum.
So, question: what if she would have told you no, even though you know she was your wife? What if she would have said no to you in the beginning? Like she said like no to you 2 or 3 times before she just said, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try him." If she
Okay.
would have told you no,
So, like I said, I did get a no because, like I said, we were together and then we separated for a whole year. No conversation, no phone calls, no text, no absolutely nothing.
so she did tell you no.
Yes. And then one faithful Christmas day, she called me and she was just calling me to say, hey, Merry Christmas. And we just start talking and we've been together ever since.
It was ordained. The Lord already had that in store for y'all. That's what I hear. The Lord already had it fixed for y'all for that day.
Yes, but at the same time, but you had to go through I had to go through the process. And for me, the process was I had to go through all of the bad ones to get to a good one. You feel what I'm saying? I had to go through the heartbreak, had to go through the tears, had to go through the breakups, had to go through all of that stuff to get to the love part. And I think like for every man, you have to go through those sacrifices to find your one. And for a woman, it's gonna be the same exact thing. Like you're gonna have to go through all kind of. And sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes some people don't go through all that because they get past all that BS and they can go straight to it. But for the average person, you're gonna go through all of that stuff before you find your one.
Jasmine, you up?
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
you gonna
Jake
put the
Trill.
but nah, it took me a while, and it's not even about the PUSSY. It took me 7 years before I even got there with mine. We went to high school, college. We did our own thing. I went to college. I went to PV, tried to wild out.
Not the prayer view.
You, she still was there. She didn't treat me no different. Like I just felt that if I needed a shoulder cry on, she was there, lean on. When I was going through something, I called her. It was okay. That's how I knew. When we got together, even before she got pregnant, it was like, hey, this is it. Like just like you say, you get that gut feeling like, hey, this is it. And like I say, it was good, but it just like say everything was good. I don't have nothing bad to say about her. It was just we was just young, arguing. You know what I'm saying? Now the person now I am, if that would have been me then, oh, we probably still be together.
Hmm. See,
But
yeah.
that person back then, T know everybody know, hey, we wilding out. Hey,
Did she ever tell you no? That y'all wasn't gonna be together, or y'all
hey,
was
she
just
ain't
gonna
had
be
no
friends?
choice. She ain't had no choice. I'm real with this. Hey, no, I'm just no.
I guess you
She
didn't let her
never
say
told
no
me.
to you. Then you showed her. Hey, I'm gonna show you what it is.
But nah, my thing is, even if you do get a no, don't necessarily mean that's the end. It might be something she want to see. You have to show her that. That's why I tell you now. Get out the house, get your put on your clothes, start your clothes, smell good, go somewhere. People
And
gonna
that,
see
you know,
that.
that's
People
what I
gonna
tell
see that. They
everybody.
gonna notice you. You gotta make her notice you. Sometimes it take other women to notice you, and she like, damn, I might have to lock him down. You
Or
know,
my
just
thing
like
is
a
like for
female, you
single
gotta
men.
lock a female down. But like I told you, you can't always put your feelings in something just because you like somebody or somebody don't like you. They might like you as a friend. Or you gotta play your position.
Yeah.
If your position is a pitcher, you only gonna pitch the ball. You can't go out there and catch it in the outfield. That's his position. You
And
play
I'm gonna say
yours.
for you, Sean, is that for you to find what you're looking for, is that you're a fun-loving person. So you need to be in the world having fun, and that's when you're gonna find the person for you. See what I'm saying? If that makes sense, like wherever your favorite spot, like where, and that's why it goes back to peace. So nobody like really know you but you. So when you in your place of peace, when you're outside of your house, that's where you're gonna find the person that you're supposed to be with. When you're in
Sean
your
got
place of
he
peace.
got three piece places. His house, the Houston Texas Stadium, and Wingstop. So he ain't gonna find nobody at home. So it's either Houston Texas Stadium or Wingstop.
Hey,
I mean, that's my boy, and I told him that go to the Houston game, find you somebody, because
huh?
he, like I told him, every woman might not like sport. Your woman might not like football. She might not give a damn about football. You like football. You
But that's
can't
the
make a
thing. But
woman
that's
like
the thing, though.
football.
That's the thing. Y'all can attest to this too. You can accommodate that woman. You don't. Again, you willing to accommodate for what you want and for what you believe in. And if you believe in that woman, you're willing to accommodate. She
Hmm.
may not like everything you like, but you're willing to accommodate.
Yeah, but I mean, for you, like you said, to keep your peace, you gonna want that. He probably know you
True,
better
true.
than I
You gonna
do.
want peace, but y'all can't tell me you don't. You don't. You don't. There's some things that your woman don't like that you do, but you accommodate because that's what love will bring out of
But
you.
like I said,
Love will bring that.
that's your family. I know on Sundays you right there glued to that TV. You rooting for the Texans like they won a Super Bowl. You gonna want your woman to do the same thing. If your woman
Yeah.
not rooting like you gonna be like, man, what's going on with her? Man, what did I do to
Well,
her? Like,
again, if she watching it with me, I'm just happy. You know what? I'm just appreciative of her being in the living room, just watching it with me. She may not understand what's going on, or if she do understand, that's not her thing. But if she that good looking woman, like I said, if you know what I know, what I see, and feel what I feel, I know. But like y'all say, y'all know y'all's the one. You kind of know. But I'm just
yeah,
not gonna just give up just that easy. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and ask her. I'm gonna be straight up with her. And if it's what I think it is, maybe I get it, maybe I won't. But at the end of the day, I know she worth it. I know I'm worth it.
Just don't be overly aggressive. So my
oh,
thing is like
ooh.
use your charm. When you go make this move, make sure like you slicker than fish grease, man. Is that what I'm saying, that you're not conning, but you want to bring the best version of yourself there. So like think of something that only you would do. Like like I don't know, like I mean,
Like I
That's
told him
myself on no damn wing stuff.
I told him last podcast. Like right now, if he do go and talk to this female and tell him how he feels, if she still have you in the friend zone, you have to make a choice. Do you still want to be around this person and still go through the friend zone and enjoy the time that she's giving you, or do you want to call it quits? Because if you feel like that's the person, you sometimes like I say you gotta wait your turn, you gotta play your position, and then your position might be a friend.
mhm.
So you have to play a position. Now, if you don't want to be that friend, let somebody else be that friend.
It's not that. It's just I know it. I know things could be more elevated. But like again, if she don't see that, move. You gotta just. It is what it is at the end of the day. If that person can't see it the same way you see it, or potentially see it the way you see it, then you're right. I gotta make that's a hard decision to make because you look at that person and she cool, she goofy, she funny, and like she's all of the above, and you don't want to kind of let it go because you can look at it and you know like somebody else is gonna have that right there. That's gonna be somebody else. That could have been you.
But
That's
see,
like
I
a
don't
slot
like
machine.
I don't like it like that because you're kind of taking yourself out the equation. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, so for me, if you want something, but like when you DJ, you knew that you was the best at your craft. You know that you can
Oh
go in
my
any
lord,
place.
say it so. You right.
You see, but you see what I'm saying? That's how confident you have to be as a man when you try to get into a relationship. Like you know how confident you is being a DJ. like your podcast, your Texans, like that's how confident you have to approach her. Like with the confidence, like I know I can have it. I don't need you, but at the same time, like it's a swag that you got to have with it. And I think that you have the swag. I think that sometimes you get nervous, so you don't ask the questions that you should ask.
Hmm.
Sean's scared. He's scared of that rejection, like you said.
Mhm. And sometimes I think that'll really open you up. Like if you get that solid no, I think that'll open you up. Like, okay, I got that no. So, my next one could be a yes. But if you never ask the question, how you gonna know?
Well, that's why I say I think it's just time for me to really just open that bag up and really sit down with her and really just go there, have that conversation, and whatever comes out of that conversation, good, bad, or indifferent, I have to get up and walk away and know that I did everything I was supposed to do as a man.
There you go. That's your answer right there. Hold that to your heart and you won't have any problems.
Nigga, you married. That's what you can say that.
No, but
I,
but you got to understand there was a plenty of time where I wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? Like I had, failed relationships and all of that. But it's like you understand how many no's I got in between those years.
I understand that,
You know what
bro.
I'm
You
saying?
talking to
Because
a person
like,
who understand it. We Andersons, I understand it. We don't
yeah,
get it
but
like everybody else.
right. And for me, bro, I could have got 100 no's, but my faith in myself is like, you give me 100 no, all I need is one yes. And that's how I live my life. That
And
one
she
yes
ain't
is
looked
all I
back
need.
since. And since she gave you that chance, she ain't looked back since.
but but
Love
but like
Anthony Anderson.
like he said though, sometimes you gotta stop looking. I don't give a
Hmm.
damn if you know what you got for. You can have this everything you got. It's a million women out there that might want that same thing. They just not attracted to
Hmm.
you. So that's why I say I stop looking. Hey, you give me your time. You want me to spend time with you? I'll take it. I'm gonna give it to you. But at the same time, though, I know what I'm coming to the table with. So I keep my head up. That's it.
Man, but I'm gonna say, man, hey, I definitely appreciate the conversation tonight, man. It has been great. But I definitely got to jump off because I got to go. Saying got to get up, get ready for tomorrow. Man, we definitely got to do this again. I love the conversation. Appreciate the
Oh,
call.
we gonna do a sports thing before we well, let's do one Wednesday before the kickoff season. Let's do a sports cast Wednesday night. We'll do a
Sounds
sports
good.
cast.
All you
You
got to
can
do is
bring your
call.
team, Jasmine can bring your team, I can bring my team.
Sound good to me.
We'll do a sports podcast about 8 o'clock that night. Is that good
So,
enough? 8 o'clock Wednesday night?
hey, sound good to
Yeah,
me.
that's
Like I said,
good.
I just be busy. Just hit me up. But to the room, man, hey, I appreciate everybody's comments. I hope y'all have a blessed and just creative night. And I hope, some of the stuff that we talked about just sticks with y'all and you carry it with you and you use it. Because at the end of the day, like all of y'all are special. All of y'all have something to offer somebody. So now just for Sean, come out the box and just go for it. Miss Ma'am, just I just feel like for you is that it's just the fact of just walking in it. Sometimes I know it's a little scary to just, because your baby, like I can tell that like you're really, really in tune with your child. Like you're that mother's mother. And sometimes you're gonna have to take a chance. And if you don't take that chance, I think it's gonna restrict you and restrict your baby because you're gonna be so tight knit of getting everything right and perfect that you're never going to get that experience of okay, this didn't work but the next one will, or and I just think you just need to just go out there a little bit, just put yourself out there a little bit, and this and so that way that your child can see everything that's in you, so that way he can follow like, okay, man, I saw my mom go through this, she went through this and went through that, and it builds character because you got so much character. So just give that to your baby. I think you'll be fine. And my man at the bottom right there, bro, you just keep pushing for success because I see success all on you, man. So you keep pushing and just keep elevating. And like I said, man, I love the way that how you talk about your kids. That love that I see all over your face and your eyes, man. So
Yeah,
just keep being that father that you are, bro. And like I said, I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
everybody.
I appreciate y'all.
All
But
right, all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed the convo a lot.
yeah, so y'all
Yeah.
be blessed. Your boy signing off.
All
All
right.
right, all right.
I
Anything else, Mr. Anderson?
Well, like I say, bro, I'm gonna take what you said, what he said. I'm gonna step to this person. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pray about it, and I'm just gonna step out on faith and just do it. And whatever comes from it, comes from it. Because at the end of the day, like she said, like you said, you know, anything could happen. And I just gotta look forward. I gotta look forward to what answer that person is gonna give me, and just whatever comes from that, you know, be like Roman Reigns, stand up, and it is what it is.
All right, man. Nice meeting you tonight, man. Hope to do this again. All right, DJ Amazing. You know,
Oh,
to
It's
hit me
been
up.
real.
anything like you would like to say before we end?
Who me
Who?
or
Oh, you,
Who you asking?
you?
you.
You.
Me?
Yeah,
No.
anything you want to add?
I don't.
Okay,
No, I don't have anything to add.
okay. All right. I'm about to hop on the game, bro. If you're trying to hop on, but I appreciate you. Oh, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Leave comments on this video. If you feel any part of this content, please leave your comments down. We'll read them and we'll come back and answer it in another video. Appreciate everybody that we had today. We had 75 people watching. 75. So
Okay,
y'all keep it
okay.
up.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
All right, peace out. Peace out. Let me play this commercial before I go.
It's Bubba Uno, so you know it's lit.
Seth got the waves.
Hold up.
What's good, y'all? This is your boy DJ Amazing, Simply Amazing. And I just want to say thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel or my TikTok or my Instagram. All of my social medias are the same. So with that being said, once again, I say I appreciate you guys. You guys are the real ones. And I am Mr.